Hi, I'm T.R. Williams, County Executive.
Hi, I'm Keith Durham, Mayor of the City of Lawrenceburg, the birthplace of Southern Gospel music and the home of David Crockett.
Hi everybody, I'm Alan Betts. I'm host president of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series held in Lawrenceburg.
On behalf of the citizens of Lawrence County,
I want to welcome you to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series.
PSEC Productions, in association with K2 Media, proudly presents the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV Online. Now live from the birthplace of Southern Gospel music and the land of Crockett, with Stanley Wilson, Cam Mashburn, and Kevin Kilpatrick. Here's JP Plant.
And we welcome you to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series Championship game, live from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV. I'm JP Plant. Kevin Kilpatrick will join me in just a moment, but we're going to go right down to the field and get thoughts and comments from our head coaches. We'll start with the visitors on the scoreboard, the hosts from Lawrenceburg in Lawrence County, and with Stanley Wilson, here's David Weathers.
All right, JP, I'm down here with David Weathers, and Coach, 3 years ago, we was at Willingston in the same spot, and it took us a little while to get here, but now we're here tonight.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of rain, a lot of things that adversity-wise that we had to deal with, and our kids have done a great job, and we're proud of them. And now we're, 7 innings away from possibly winning a Babe Ruth World Championship.
What's the health of the team like tonight?
What is what?
The health of the team.
Oh, we're good, man. Everybody's ready to go. We got all 15 ready. Lance Pope is the only kid that he only has 2 innings today if we needed him, but otherwise we have all 7, 8, 9 pitchers ready to go. Whatever we need, we're going to use.
All right, who's our starting pitcher tonight?
We got Ryan Weathers is pitching tonight, and he's rested and ready to go. And let's just hope he goes out there and he's ready to pitch.
All right, Coach. Thank you a lot. Good luck.
Thanks, Stanley.
All right, JP. That was Coach David Weathers, and let's send it over to Cam, for the head coach for Westchester in California.
Yeah, I'm here with Coach Daniel Ham, Manager Daniel Ham. And Coach Ham, what has your experience been like this week?
It's been actually absolutely phenomenal. We very humbled by the experience as well. I mean, the host families, the grounds crew, everybody out here has been absolutely amazing. They've done an amazing job taking care of these fields and making sure that everything was good for these boys to play on.
And this is obviously the biggest game probably this season for you guys. What is the game plan? What was the message before the game to the players?
Well, just got to stay focused. Can't change our approach. Got to continue to do what we've been doing. We've been hitting the ball really well. We've had very, very dominant pitching. We've got to keep doing that. Got to get a lot of ground balls today and play some solid defense behind our pitchers and get them some run support and hopefully hold on and do a good job.
I noticed your uniforms haven't been washed all week. What's the story behind that?
Old school superstitions, I guess. We kind of had that tradition starting when these guys were 13. After every tournament, we'd wash and reset for the next tournament. But during the tournament, got to keep that luck in the jersey.
All right, that's Coach Daniel Ham. Back up to you in the booth, JP.
All right, thank you very much, and thank you to our managers from both Lawrenceburg and Westchester, California, as we get set for the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series Championship game. Lawrenceburg, the host, coming in with a perfect 5-0 record, the 1 seed out of the American Division. California with a 4-1 record, the 1 seed out of the National Division. We'll get more details about how each team made it to this point when we return to the World Series pregame show live on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV. And we'll be back after this 2-minute timeout.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
And we're back at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, as we are getting ready for the championship game between the hosts from Lawrenceburg and Lawrence County and the boys from Westchester, California. And we're going to go somewhere out in the crowd where Stanley Wilson is standing by. Stanley?
Hey, JP, I got a special guest here. Johnny Lyles, former minor league player, played in the Pittsburgh Pirate organization. But more importantly, this week, he's been a host family. Tell me about the experience of being a host parent this week.
Oh, good gracious. I'm going to tell you something. It is unbelievable. We had 2 kids from Wisconsin, and the nicest kids we ever seen, and they had to leave and go home. And when they left, I'm a grown man, and I broke down, and I cried like a baby. And my wife did, too. Those kids were crying. It's just, you get so attached to them, it's just unbelievable.
Well, Johnny, it was only 1 week.
Hey, I can't help it. Those kids are fabulous, fabulous kids, and you just get so attached to them. It's unbelievable.
Well, I know you were rooting for Lawrenceburg the whole week, right?
Well, I root for Lawrenceburg when they wasn't playing my Wisconsin boys. Those kids were my kids when they were here, and you had to pull for those boys. You know.
All right. Thank you, Johnny Lyles. And by the way, you were a roommate of Ed Ott's, right?
Ed Ott, he caught for the Pittsburgh Pirates organization back in the 70s and early 70s. Ed and I were roommates down in Salem, North Carolina, and his nephew was playing on the Pennsylvania team. When I saw that name, I knew he had to be, and I went over and told him. So his dad was here, which was Ed Broad's brother. He told me later, he said, I called Ed, and I said, Ed, you're not going to believe who I run into. And he said, who? He said, Johnny Lyles. He said, oh, my, that's a name from my past.
It's a small world, isn't it?
It's a very small world.
All right, well, appreciate it, and let's cheer on Lawrenceburg. Back up to you, JP.
All right, thank you very much, Stanley. And Johnny Lyles, a household name for local sports and a host family. Well done. All right, we've been socially interactive throughout this entire Babe Ruth World Series with the hashtag BRWS15. And spearheading that and is going to be paying attention to all of that tonight is our very own Cam Masterman, who will be down the field interacting with all of you out there who are not here tonight. Cam, what are we in store for tonight?
Well, we've got a good game. Right now we got a drone flying over the field. But, use the hashtag BRWS15, and we'll get those tweets up on the air. Be sure to tweet us your location that you're watching the game from. If you're listening on the radio, on the TuneIn Radio app here in the crowd, or on your handheld devices, make sure you tweet those pictures of the field at X Sports Radio or hashtag BRWS. And if you're in California, we want to see that set up. We've seen a lot of Apple TVs, a lot of people setting them up all over the place in their house, so we want to see that, and we'll get those on the air.
All right, thank you very much, Cam. And if you're watching on X Sports TV, you can see some of those tweets rolling across the screen. We'll be doing that throughout the entire broadcast this evening from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, and we want to interact and connect with all of you out there all across the country and even the world. Also, shoot us pictures of where you may be watching the game from tonight, with your big screen or in a restaurant or a bar or wherever you may be watching and enjoying the broadcast tonight, or if you're just sitting at home with the radio, which we are doing as well locally on 105.3 The X, also 98.3, and streaming online at xsportsradio.com, and on the TuneIn radio app, just search for 105.3 The X, and you can listen to us wherever you want to go. All right, we're just getting started on our World Series pregame show. We are about 19 minutes away from first pitch. We will have the opening ceremonies, if you will, for the championship. The first pitch, ceremonial first pitch, our national anthem, and, of course, our starting lineups and more commentary predictions. And you never know where Stanley and Cam may end up in the stands throughout the broadcast. So we'll talk with more people and get you ready for what should be an exciting baseball game here tonight. We are on schedule, 5:30 first pitch, and looks like the weather is going to cooperate with us tonight. We have new grandstands out in left field behind the wall, and this place was jam-packed about an hour ago. People started showing up 3 hours early for this contest, one of the biggest sporting events to ever come to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, and we are so glad to be able to bring it to you. JP Plant here with you. We will be joined by Kevin Kilpatrick and more when we return on the World Series pregame show live on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV. Let's take a 3-minute timeout, and we will be back with more from Lawrenceburg and the World Series after this.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story & Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story & Lee.
We know when we come into Story & Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You got to come see Story & Lee.
Story & Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee. Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
And we're back at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, live on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV. JP Plant and Kevin Kilpatrick up in our booth, high atop Denver Trap Field. And Kevin, welcome into the broadcast, and what an exciting event we have for tonight. We had hoped that Lawrenceburg would get in. You've seen a lot of baseball, and especially the California team throughout the tournament. Probably these two teams, I think without question, have the most talent. So we've got the two best teams in what we think for should be an exciting afternoon of baseball.
I'm telling you what, JP, this California team is resilient. I honestly, before the tournament, about midway through the tournament, I'm saying look for Lawrenceburg to be in it, look for Pennsylvania to be in it. Pennsylvania might have been one at bat away from being in this thing, but California, as I mentioned, a resilient baseball club, and they are in it. They are in the finals against Lawrenceburg, who, again, are undefeated in this tournament, and they're the host team. So it's extra special game here at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, and it looks like we've got a great night for baseball. This is very exciting. This look at the weather is brought to you by Martin Methodist College, providing an education that is personal. We had rain this morning. We had a little bit of rain this afternoon, but right now we've got mostly cloudy skies. There is some blue, though. There is some blue, and it looks like we're going to be having clear skies throughout the time period that this game will take place. No more rain coming in until like overnight and tomorrow, so that certainly is good news for this baseball game, JP.
All right. Thank you for that forecast. Yes, it is an excellent sign for the weather, and people I know are enjoying it. And the high today, I'm not even sure if we're going to touch 80, so it's an actually picture-perfect evening for a World Series championship baseball game. All right, I'm going to run through how these teams got to this point, as it was Lawrence County as the number one seed out of the American Division as they went 4-0. California took the number one seed from the National Division at 3-1. There were two other teams in that division as Florida and Southern Brazoria County, Texas, also each 3-1, but the runs allowed, the tiebreaker, California won that one and took the 1 seed. So it was Tuesday night. It was the Sarasota, Florida team with a thrilling 5-4 win over Pittsfield, Massachusetts, as they scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th to take that win and advance to the semifinals. And the other game of the night, it was the Mid-Atlantic team of West End, Pennsylvania, getting the win over Texas in a 1-run ball game as well. They moved on to take on California yesterday. Now, we moved the games up to 4 o'clock, and it was Lawrenceburg hosting the host team against Sarasota, Florida. No love lost there. The third time in a row that these two teams played each other in postseason play, and the host team won that one 15-2. And then it was a thriller between California and Pennsylvania. And Kevin, you were fortunate to be on the call of that one. What a thrilling game just to get to the championship game yesterday.
No kidding. Like I told you, I kind of thought the PA team might be in the finals because the way they've played the tournament so far, they've got good pitching, but the California team was equal to the task. PA went up 2-0 in that first inning. Then it was California scoring 2 in the second. They exchanged a couple more runs each and ended up tied at 4-4 each after 7 innings, and a thriller, like you mentioned, finishing up in the bottom of the 9th with Joe Fortin, who will be batting third tonight for Westchester, hitting a walk-off double to score that final run.
Yeah, so it was an exciting game last night, as this game over here at Denver Trap Field finished early, the Lawrenceburg game, and they went in, everybody went over to the other field. It was 5-10 people deep trying to watch the end of that game. It was certainly an exciting. So that's how we got to this one. The two number one seeds, undefeated, 5-0, the team from Lawrenceburg, Lawrence County, Tennessee, and the team from Westchester, California, the number one seed from the National Division. They flipped a coin last evening before they left the ballpark. California, as the visitors, if you will, they called it, and they won the toss as it was tails, so they picked the home side, as you would expect them on the scoreboard.
Tails never fails,
yes,
by the way.
There you go. Is that the saying?
That's the saying.
Is that what you always pick?
That's
tails?
right. Tails never fails.
Well, it never failed California and manager Daniel Helms as well. So they'll be in the first base dugout, and that's where Arcane Ashburn will be tonight. So if we need some insight down there, and then over on the third base dugout is the host team. Visitors on the scoreboard from Lawrenceburg, as they and Stanley will be down there alongside that group as well. All right, so we're going to take a timeout, and when we return, we'll have the ceremonial first pitch and more festivities getting you ready for Lawrenceburg and Westchester, California, the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series World Championship, live from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee on the X-Sports Radio Network and X-Sports TV. We'll be back in 90 seconds.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
And we're back at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Our pregame show continues. They're just starting to announce all of the rosters, the bad boys, the ambassadors, so you'll hear that in the background. And let's go down to the field for Cam Ashburn with some thoughts on this California team and this World Series championship game, Cam.
Yeah, I've been down here hanging out with the California players, and they're really cutting up. They're really loose. They look ready to go, guys. I'm telling you. There's not a nervous kid in that dugout. They're ready.
All right. Thank you, Cam. And let's go over to Stanley with some final thoughts over at the Lawrence County dugout. Stanley?
Hey, guys, it looks like they're loose. I've been watching them here in the dugout, and they're just acting like it's just another game. And give the credit to these guys that they're staying loose because they've been here before. They were here 2 years ago in Williston, and, of course, they participated in the Ocala World Series, so they got experience on their side for this game.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. We will hear from Master of Ceremonies Paul Plant in just a few moments as he'll introduce our ceremonial first pitch and then our national anthem tonight. In the meantime, we'll get to your First Farmers starting lineups brought to you by First Farmers Bank. For the life you lead. The visitors on the scoreboard, the host team from Lawrenceburg and Lawrence County, Tennessee. It'll be Coulter Hauser playing center. Jacob Hallmark hitting second at short. Ryan Weathers on the mound tonight. No surprise there, hitting third. Lance Pope will hit cleanup and play left. Batting fifth will be Sam Crane, who is at second base. Kendall Franklin behind home plate as he catches usually when Ryan Weathers is on the mound. He hits sixth. Bailey Burleson is at first, hitting seventh. Bradley Huckabee, the extra hitter tonight after a big game yesterday, is batting eighth. Drew Bailey at third will hit ninth, and Ben Staggs, about the best number 10 hitter in the lineup, Kevin Kilpatrick, you could ever hope for, hitting 500 for the World Series. Just an incredible tournament for him in that 9-hole. That's a huge luxury to have, isn't it, Kevin?
Yeah, that's not a bad deal at all, and certainly looking forward to seeing this Lawrenceburg team play against this tough Westchester, California bunch.
All right, looking at Westchester, California, as they're the home team. Michael Gonzalez will lead off for them playing center. Adrian Morales is at short, will hit second. Batting third, Joe Fortin, the hero last night. Ryan Gervais will hit cleanup, batting in fourth, and playing first. Kennedy Gian will be behind the plate, hitting fifth. Batting sixth, Max Sterner will be in right, and we'll get to him in just a moment, Kevin. Mateo Camano is in left, hitting seventh. Carlos Flores, the pitcher for Westchester, he draws the card today, will hit eighth, and then Nate Lorenz at second will hit ninth. So back to Sterner, just an outstanding ball player. Hits from the left side, but maybe an even better pitcher. And he had to be used yesterday in that 9-inning game against Pennsylvania. Could kind of play into things as in case this game gets deep and pitching becomes an issue.
Yeah, Cam and I were talking about that yesterday, whether or not these teams opt to use their pitchers up or try to save them for the championship game. And, my point was you can't get to the championship game if you don't, win this one. So, at California yesterday at a point where they had to use every man that had innings left, had pitches left. And so, yes, as you mentioned, Max Sterner was one of the guys used in the game yesterday. And it will be interesting to see how Carlos Flores does in this against this really tough lineup from Lawrenceburg, because watching him, he doesn't have the high gas. He's more of a placement pitcher. He'll pick the outside corner, the inside corner. He switches up his eye level. He'll throw it high, low. He'll change up his speeds. But it'll be interesting to see how this Lawrenceburg lineup can handle that.
All right. And as they continue to announce the California team and all their roster, all umpires are at hand today. We've got Patrick Moore from West Palm Beach, Florida, Thomas Sewell, who is the umpire-in-chief from White House, Tennessee, Kelly McCaleb from McKenzie, Tennessee, John Tennant from Longview, Washington, George Cavender from Huntsville, Alabama, and Bobby Shepler, also from Huntsville, Alabama, as all 6 umpires will be in play for this championship game. So no stone will be left unturned, as 12 set of eyes will be keeping a close watch on this one, as we are glad all of you out there watching on Exports TV and listening on Exports Radio Network will as well. All right, I believe we're about ready for our opening ceremonies, and let's go down to the field and Paul Plant.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will please rise and remove cover as we recite the sportsmanship code for Babe Ruth baseball. The sportsmanship code is to develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. To develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. To develop understanding of and respect for the rules. To develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. To develop control over emotions and speech. And to develop spirit of cooperation and team play. Finally, to develop into real, true citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, the sportsmanship code of Babe Ruth baseball. We now turn it down to the field, and Mr. Paul Plant.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. Our national anthem tonight is offered by one of the most talented young men in our town, Will Pettis, on the keyboard, and I'm sure Will would love it if you joined him to honor America by singing along. The national anthem, Will Pettis. Pettis. Now the first ball tonight is going to be, we've had a lot of people who've thrown out balls. We've had a lot of people that we've honored here this week. We've had a lot of people we thank because, ladies and gentlemen, Lawrenceburg is not a big town. Lawrence County is not a big county. It's taken a whole bunch of folks to put this thing together, and many of them haven't even been recognized. We appreciate you. But tonight I'm going to introduce you to the one man without whom this thing would never have taken place. Doug Howell. Come on out, Doug. Doug Howell literally took it upon himself to see that this field that we're on tonight was made into the first-class championship field that it is. Before this thing started, we had that field over there. This was a practice field. Doug has taken it upon himself by scratching and by plowing and by raking and by shoveling and by goading and by getting folks to come help him to get this field in top-notch condition. Then, after all that, came the rains. And Doug is the man who has put these fields in condition for us to play here every day in the last week, notwithstanding the rains. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Doug Howell, president of our Lawrenceburg Babe Ruth League. I think he's going all the way to the rubber back there. The rest of us didn't do that. All right, here we go. Look out. All right, strike. Thank y'all for being here. Let's play baseball.
All right, let's play baseball indeed. All right, we'll have your first pitch when we return to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, and the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, live on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. Back in 1 minute.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
And we're back at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series championship game. J.P. Plant, Kevin Kilpatrick up at the booth. You will hear from time to time from Stanley Wilson and Cam Ashburn in the dugouts. And Kevin, let's look at our keys to the game.
These keys to the game are brought to you by Williams Auto Sales and Auto Credit. The next time you're looking for a car or truck, go see Bobby O'Reilly for your new set of keys. And we've talked about it all tournament long. Pitching. Keep the walks to a minimum or nil. Keep the hit batters to a minimum or nil. One other key to a game that I have seen cost games is errant throws. Errant throws either by the pitcher to home or by fielders to a base.
Well, you got to be sharp if you want to win the World Championship. They've been sharp to get to this point so far as we are about ready for first pitch. On the mound, Carlos Flores for Westchester, California. Got the shades. They're in their white uniforms. Coulter Hauser, the first hitter. And the first pitch is low for a ball, or no? Actually, we get another ball.
Oh, they're probably going to keep that one as a souvenir, possibly. The very
I guess so.
First official pitch.
Okay, there we go. It was a ball, and we're underway at 5:35 Central Time for this World Series championship. Flores from the stretch, the righty to the right-handed hitting Hauser. Takes it low, 2-0 the count. Just underway, and a picture-perfect evening from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. I don't see how any more people could possibly fit into this complex. There's a strike from Flores, and it is 2-1.
Hopefully we'll get us an attendance update here in the next couple of innings.
And speaking of the next couple innings, we plan to be joined by the World Series Host Committee President, Alan Betts. There's a strike. He will join us up here in the booth for a little conversation. 2-2 the count to the leadoff hitter, Hauser. He has led off all 5 of the Tennessee games the Lawrence County games. Let's see what happens here. The 2-2, that is outside. And it is a ball. Count is full. The defensive alignment for California. We mentioned Flores on the mound. Kennedy Guillen is behind the plate. At third is Fortin. Morales at short. Lorenz at second. And Gervais is at first. The outfield, Camano in left. Gonzalez in center. And Max Sterner is in right. The payoff pitch. Strike 3 on the outside corner as Hauser thought he had that one and a walk. But a strikeout looking from Flores to start this one. One gone in the top of the first.
This look at your field condition and dimensions brought to you by ExpressMed Urgent Primary Care. Convenient, fast, painless ExpressMed. Are you sick? They're quick. It is 336 down the right field line, 336 down the left field line, 375 dead center. Field is in great shape, a little moist, but it's still all in all in perfect condition.
It's a big park as the first pitch to Jacob Hallmark is low for a ball, 1-0. And Kevin, you witnessed the lone home run in this World Series by Nolan Ott from Pennsylvania.
I sure did, and it was a shot from Ott. And
speaking of a shot, there's one to the right side from Hallmark. Lorenz up cleanly over to Gervais. 2 outs quickly here in the top of the first.
As soon as he hit that ball, I got excited because I thought this has a great possibility, and it cleared it by 10, 15 feet. And, of course, the field on Tom Cruise side, the dimensions are a little bit smaller than what we have here on the Denver Trap Field.
Yeah, a lot of room at this ballpark, both between the lines and outside the lines. All right, the hitter is Ryan Weathers. Hits from the right side. He's on the mound today for Lawrence County. First pitch to him is low and outside. 1-0 the count. He hits right, throws left. Facing the right-handed Carlos Flores. Got the first 2 Lawrence County hitters. As the Lawrence County faithful wearing their orange today. They were encouraged so. There's a strike on the outside corner. 1-1 the count to Weathers. And that's a fairly easy stretch for a lot of folks around here.
Yeah.
They've got those laying around all over the place. Here's the 1-1. Weathers with a good eye there. It is low. 2-1 the count. No score, just underway, top of the first. Lawrence County, Tennessee, and Westchester, California. 15-year-old World Series championship. That pitch is outside, and it's 3-1 to Weathers. On deck, if Weathers reaches, is the left fielder Lance Pope. Here's the 3-1. And outside, Weathers draws a walk, and with 2 outs, he'll trot down to first base.
Guys, if you notice, there's some stands in the left field. We haven't had that all week.
Yeah, that is an awesome sight. We'll get some video of that coming up throughout the broadcast. First pitch to Pope is low for a ball, 1-0. Runner first is Weathers. 2 outs in the inning. Here's the 1-0 to Pope. That one's across for a strike.
Looks like there's an equal number of Lawrenceburg fans and California fans in those stands in left field.
You may be right.
Or maybe crazy.
Pitch is low, and the count is 2-1. But it just may be a lunatic you're looking for, Kevin. You never know.
Loving the stirrups Lawrenceburg is wearing.
Oh, yes. Creamsicle uniforms, I've been calling them all week. The 2-1. There's a line drive to the left side of the infield. Morales, a sure-handed shortstop onto Lorenz to the force out, the 3rd out of the inning. Weathers draws a walk, but he's stranded. California comes to the plate. No score. We're just underway from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series Championship on the X-Sports Radio Network and X-Sports TV.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
We're back at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee on the Exports Radio Network, Exports TV. JP Plant and Kevin Kilpatrick up here in the booth. No scores. We head to the bottom of the first. It'll be the top of the order for California and Michael Gonzalez, Adrian Morales, and Joseph Fortin. As the defensive alignment for Lawrence County, Weathers on the mound, Franklin behind the plate, Bailey at third, Hallmark at short, Crane at second, Burleson is at first tonight, Pope in left, Hauser in center, and Ben Staggs is in right field. And Michael Gonzalez leading things off, hits for the right side. California in their white uniforms, trimmed in navy. First pitch from the lefty, Ryan Weathers, over for a strike. 0-1 the count. Weathers from the windup led off the World Series opening night with a 6-inning performance. That one's low for a ball, 1-1. Just gave up one hit in that opening night win for the host team. Well rested. Here's nice curveball. Tried to barehand it. Hallmark slides behind second on his knees, not in time. And an infield single for Michael Gonzalez to start this one here in the bottom of the first.
A lot of speed on this California team, JP.
Yes, indeed. So Morales will be the hitter. We want to bring in the World Series host committee president, Mr. Alan Betts. Alan, thank you so much for joining us up here. What a scene this is.
It's unbelievable, JB. You know, whenever you, from this seat here, looking at all the folks that are here, it's just unbelievable. Awesome experience.
Yeah, it's amazing as Weathers throws over to first. Well, a long time coming for this, well over a year in the making. And did you dream that it could be like this today? That pitch is a strike.
It exceeded every parameter I had, JP. You know, I never saw Denver Trap Field being what it is today.
It is just immaculate.
Never thought we'd have standing room only.
Yep, drive to the right side. Crane onto second for one, onto first. Safe. Bang, bang play at first as Morales beat it out. Gonzalez on the force out at second. There's one out in the inning.
That is the third baseman, number 24.
There's that speed I was telling you about. Adrian Morales able to beat out that double play possibility.
So Morales is at first with one out. And one of the best hitters in the tournament, Joe Fortin, hits from the left side, dig it in with his left foot, slightly open stance, facing the lefty Ryan Weathers. Runner at first is Morales. Weathers with a good pickoff move. First pitch fouled away.
Fortin batting .600 for the tournament with an on-base percentage of .739.
Wow.
And yesterday, guys,
yes,
it came through in the clutch twice.
He was the hero. Oh, and 1 the count. Weathers back to first as Morales. Burleson holding him on.
Alan, what's been the most difficult part of organizing this whole thing?
Rain.
Okay. Succinctly said.
Everything was the one thing we couldn't control. You know, we were ready for every contingency, I think. Everything was in great order. And then it started raining. And God bless Doug Howe and his crew.
Yes, amen. Well, that pitch is low, count even at 1-1. Well, it may all be worth it for the event that we have here today and the weather and the crowd. It all pay off. There's a line drive back up the middle. That gets through from Fortin. He continues his hot bat as Hauser will get it back in. And runners at first and second now with one out here in the bottom of the first.
Just a fastball right down the middle. Fortin just hits it where it came from.
And Alan, Kevin, and I talked about it in the pregame about how good these two teams were. And after you watched all it seemed like these were the two best teams, so it's nice to have this here. Of course, you get the hometown and then the team from California that is really talented. There's a ball driven into deep center field. Hauser going back on his horse and makes the catch. Tagging at second is Morales. He will make his way to third. Back to first is Fortin. Gervais gave it a ride, and Hauser somehow caught up to it for the second out of the inning.
That's probably a home run next door, guys.
Maybe so. Hauser on a dead sprint, turned around, knew the ball was well over his head, got himself in the vicinity, started looking back up over his shoulder, and made an excellent play.
I'll tell you what.
Coulter Hauser is just, he can run down just about everything.
I thought he was burned. And he made it look easy.
He really did.
That is great. All right, Franklin comes out in front of home and sets the defensive alignment for Lawrence County with runners at the corners and 2 out. The infield at regular play depth. That includes Bailey at third. Now time asked for by Guillen. Kennedy Guillen, catcher for California.
Batting .400 for the tournament, JP.
Just a paltry 400. That's below average on the California team. Here's the first pitch. Catches the outside corner for a strike. 0-1.
I suspect Ryan will be looking for those corners a little more after those fastballs have left
right.
the way they have today.
2 outs in the inning. Runners at the corner. No score. Lawrence County and Westchester, California. Throw back over to first. Back in time is Fortin. Slides back on his belly. Gets that cream-colored uniform a little dirty. As you heard Cam in the pregame talk with manager Daniel Helms that they have not washed their uniforms all week. That one's fouled away. Superstitious baseball players. That's maybe the most superstitious athletes out there.
Another fastball from Weathers, and I understand that he hit 88 on the gun earlier this week.
88, wow. I've heard in the 80s, and he was feeling good, and that's even faster than what he was doing in spring ball at Loretto High School. That one's low for a ball, and the count is 1-2. Nice stop there, by the way, by Kendall Franklin.
There were some scouts out here earlier this week, and one of them had the jugs gun and said he hit one time he hit 88.
Wow. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. There goes the runner Fortin from first. Strike 3. Weathers gets him looking on the inside part of the plate as Weathers gets out of the first for California. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We'll have more with World Series host President Alan Betts when we return live to Lawrenceburg, the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series Championship on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV.
They say time is money, and if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
You can watch this game on exportsradio.com if you're listening to us. And DVDs of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series from the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV, where the Babe Ruth World Series comes to life and available only at exportsradio.com. We head to the top half of the second inning. It'll be Sam Crane, Kendall Franklin, and Bailey Burleson, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters up for Lawrence County. First pitch from Carlos Flores. Drifts outside for a ball. 1-0 the count to Crane. We're joined in the booth again, of course, by World Series host President Alan Betts. We'll hear from him in just a moment. That pitch is low for a ball. 2-0 the count. Flores from the stretch, even with nobody on base. And that one's outside as well. Sam Crane got the count in his favor now, 3-0. Slightly open stance, wide stance. Here's the 3-0. And strike outside corner.
As the ball is thrown over the pitcher's head, Flores. Flores wearing the prescription glasses that are the tinted ones that in the sunshine, he wears the tinted ones. We also saw him wearing just the clear ones the other night. Looked like Ricky Vaughn from Major League, he did.
So that's all the Ricky Vaughn talk is from Flores. Okay, I've seen that on Twitter. There's a line drive into center field. Gonzalez going back, has a beat on it, makes the play. Crane put a charge into it, but lined it to dead center, and one out in the inning.
Lots of room to run down fly balls in this outfield, as we talked about earlier. 336 down the left, 336 down right, and 375 dead center. Lots of room in foul territory, too.
Exactly.
Lots of room to catch those foul balls as well.
Well, and if you're watching on Exports TV, you may see the logo, the World Series logo on the field as the first pitch to Kendall Franklin outside for a ball. Just another part of the little things that Doug Howe and everyone involved with the complex here to make this place look so pristine for this week.
Just did an outstanding job, JP. Got to give a shout out to our state commissioner, Jabber Giles. We told him we'd like to get one of those, and he knew a lady that could fix it up for us, and we sent it over, and she fixed us up. Did a great job with it.
They look great. The 2-0 to Franklin from Flores. Right center field. This one's popped up. Coming over, and it's going to fall down for a base hit in between Gonzalez and Sterner. Franklin with a one-out double, much to the crowd's pleasing here in the top of the second.
Missed Gonzalez's glove by about 3 inches. He nearly ran that thing down, but couldn't have been more perfectly placed.
Well, and while they meet at the mound, we talked a little bit about it. This process started a long time ago, and actually kind of began while you were out on the West Coast for a college football game.
Yeah, I was sitting in the hotel lobby out in Oregon waiting for the Tennessee debacle out there a couple of years ago, and got a phone call from Jabber Giles, and he said, would you guys consider doing the World Series? And that's where it started.
That's amazing. Of course, that was fresh off the local team's run to the World Series runner-up as 13-year-olds from Williston, North Dakota, which is where this tournament will be next year, the 13 to 15-year-old World Series, back to Williston, North Dakota. First pitch to Bailey Burleson's fouled away, 0-1 the count.
Might be a little bit earlier to think about this, Alan, but how soon would we be in consideration for the tournament again?
Not next year.
How's that? I need a break. You know, in talking with Robert Flaherty, the Vice President Commissioner, that question has been posed to him quite a bit. As here's the pitch from Flores, lifted into center field. Gonzalez going back to his left, tagging at second is Franklin. And he will make his way to third as there are now 2 outs in the inning. Burleson moves the runner over, and Franklin 90 feet away from the first run of the ball game.
They've hit 3 pretty good shots here this inning for sure.
Bradley Huckabee, the hitter, the extra hitter. But Alan, as I was saying, Commissioner Flaherty talked about how when asked that question, his first response is, take a rest.
Absolutely.
Trust me, take a rest. 2 outs. Runner at third is Franklin. No score. Top of the second. Lawrence County, Tennessee, and Westchester, California. Flores, the first pitch fouled away. 0-1 the count.
Huckabee batting .500 for the tournament.
You know, JP, one of the things that they did in selling us to be considering taking the series was, hey, this is Lawrenceburg Babe Ruth's 60th anniversary.
Here's the 0-1. Ground to the left side. Morales cleanly with it across the diamond in time and keeps the run from scoring. 6-3 on the putout as Lawrence County gets a runner on after a hit. Strands him at third. We head to the bottom of the second as no score. Lawrence County, Tennessee, and California on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name: Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
Welcome back to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, live from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. It's the World Championship game between the host team from Lawrence County, Tennessee, and Westchester, California. J.P. Plank, Kevin Kilpatrick up in the booth, and we've got Alan Betts up in the booth with us as he'll join us for another half inning. Up for California, Sterner, Camano, and Flores, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, facing Ryan Weathers. First pitch from the lefty is outside to the left-handed hitter, Max Sterner. Want to know the count, and Kevin, we talked about it in the pregame, just a phenomenal athlete. And if I'm not mistaken, he came in the middle of this tournament because he was playing somewhere else. Is that correct?
Yeah, he was having some sort of skill demonstration, and now he's joined us here and showing his skills and batting .769 for the tourney.
.769 after that strike from Weathers, the 1-1 count.
Actually, guys, he was playing for Team USA.
That's what I thought.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And
that's a skills display.
Absolutely. And the relationship between Babe Ruth and Major League Baseball is why they excused him.
2-2 the count.
He's slugging over 1,000.
Wow.
That's just mind-boggling. Not his OBPS, but just slugging.
And he's hitting 6 in the lineup. Tells you how deep this lineup is for California. Fouled away. 2-2, and we expect to see a nice battle between these two here today, between Ryan Weathers and Max Sterner.
He's definitely got a baseball player's body. He's probably about 6'3" and probably about a $180, $190. Will still fill out.
Yep. The 2-2 from Weathers. Strike 3, outside corner. Weathers wins that battle as he gets Sterner looking. And there's one out of the inning.
For something else
I guess
right there, guys.
That is the left fielder, number 15, Mateo Camano. 1 out.
So Mateo Camano, the left fielder, comes to the plate.
That's Sterner's first strikeout of the tournament.
Wow. Weathers. Grounder, I believe that. I thought that was fouled. Yeah, there it is. Out off his leg. 0-1 the count. And Alan, we're talking about the crowd, and we've seen some video, and it's just absolutely jam-packed. Hard to gauge exactly how many people are here, but your guys had to move a couple of portable stands over behind the wall in left field on a flatbed semi just to add more seats for this game.
Actually, there's 4 flatbed semis out there to hold that, JP.
Oh, wow.
And another testament to Doug Howe and his he's going to do everything he can to get folks a place to sit at this ballpark.
And they filled that thing right up. We probably could have, if we had enough, could have gone all the way around the outfield. That's just how many people are here and want to be here. As that pitch just missed outside, it's now 2-1 to Mateo Camano.
JP, I've probably talked to 5 or 6 folks that came in tonight that this is their first trip here.
Really?
Yes.
To the World Series this week?
To the World Series this week. I said, guy, you really missed some great baseball. Where you been all week?
Yeah, where you been? Maybe they were watching at home. I don't know. Here's the 3-1. That one's inside. And first walk given up by Weathers goes to Mateo Camano. That'll be Carlos Flores, the hitter, up for California. the pitcher this afternoon. We're in the bottom of the second, no score. Lawrence County, Tennessee, and Westchester, California for the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series Championship. One out in the inning. Weathers throws over to first. Back is Camano. As I mentioned earlier, 6 umpires being used. Home plate, first base, second base, third base, right field line, and left field line. All 6 are in play today. That one, as he tried to bunt, gets past Franklin. And the wild pitch moves Camano up to second. And the count now 1-0 to Flores.
Yeah, nearly got him. At first I thought I glanced his uniform, but umpire was right on it and did not see it hit his uniform at all.
Ryan likes that inside pitch to the right-handers for sure.
Flores squaring around again, can't catch up to it as he fouled it away.
And Flores keeps his right toe right on that chalk on the inside part of the batter's box. So it's kind of a battle between the batter and the pitcher in this situation, with whoever owns the inside part of the plate.
1-1 the count, 1 out. Bottom of the second, no score. Weathers throws around, had him beat, I think, but he goes into center field. Hauser, he can't pick it up cleanly, and that allows Camano to get to third. So the first error of the ball game for either team.
I think you're right, JP. Weathers had him beat, but it was just an errant throw and not able to be corralled.
Had him picked off.
Yes, he did.
If the throw was there, for sure.
Weathers going to back off the mound, take a little rosin, and collect himself after that. Upset that he knew he had him picked off, too. Now he's got to face the batter with a runner 90 feet away. The count is 1-1 to Flores. Here's the pitch. That one's inside, and it's 2-1. Alan, what has been your favorite part of this World Series once the games began?
Playing.
Just seeing them on the field.
Instead of watching it rain.
There's a strike.
Agreed.
Count is 2-2.
No, really, it's just the atmosphere has been just awesome, just unbelievable once we get to start playing baseball.
Here's the 2-2. Grounder to the left side of the infield. Bailey looks the runner back onto first, throws a strike, executed to perfection by Drew Bailey. 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, the proper technique, JP, as you mentioned. Bailey comes in on the ball. It bounces into his glove, stops, takes a peek at third base, makes sure he doesn't go anywhere, and throws on to first for the out.
Well, Alan, with the host team in Lawrence County and Lawrenceburg not having to play their way in, they were able to take advantage of that and play some 20-plus games, scrimmages, if you will, to get ready for this tournament as the first pitch to Lorenz is over for a strike. And I think it has done them well.
It really has. And they played up, too, JP. They played older kids, got lots of good experience, and getting them ready for this tournament. And I promise you that this coaching staff has gotten this bunch of guys ready to play.
Without question. You could tell that from the way they played from day one. That one's low, and the count even at 1-1. There are 2 outs in the inning. The runner is Camano at third. He walked and then reached second on a wild pitch and then reached third on an error of a pickoff move from Ryan Weathers. Here's the 1-1. Grounder to the right side of the infield. Crane comes over, slides, throws to first for a strike and the 3rd out of the inning. Solid play by Sam Crane. 4-3 on the putout. Still scoreless after 2. Alan Betts, host president.
Thank you.
Outstanding job with the World Series and bringing it here. We are so thankful that you did so. Appreciate you joining us. Stay with us.
Thank you for the opportunity, JP.
We'll have the 3rd inning. Kevin Kilpatrick will have the call when we return to Lawrenceburg in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
And we're back at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Top of the third, no score. It will be Bailey Staggs, and then the top of the order for Lawrence County facing Flores. And here with the call, Mr. Kevin Kilpatrick.
Thank you, JP. As we hit the top of the third inning, first ball is hit into foul territory. Ranging over for it, it's going to fall harmlessly. 0-1 now to Bailey. Bailey has struggled in the tournament thus far. On base percentage of 182. Flores deals. Inside corner for a strike. Fans did not care for that call, but I think it broke right on the inside corner there. It's quickly 0-2 to Bailey. From the windup. That ball is poked into left center field. Gonzalez ranging over and will make the catch. One away.
A well played game so far, as we expected for both teams. The field is in exceptional condition, all things considered. It has dried out substantially today and more sure footing for these players, so we expect to see great baseball between these two teams.
Staggs now batting for Lawrenceburg. First pitch is outside. Staggs batting .500 for the tournament. Slugging .833, so he's gotten some extra bases. As that ball is lifted into deep left center field, it's over the head of Gonzalez, and Staggs will pull up to second base with a stand-up double.
And Staggs continues his hot hitting, as you mentioned, from the 10 spot. It's unbelievable. But what a luxury and how deep this Lawrence County team is. We talk about how good California and their lineup. Lawrenceburg is, right there with them.
Right on cue. Blast the double into the left center field. Now batting top of the lineup, Coulter Hauser. He struck out looking his first time at bat. Jacob Hallmark waiting in the on-deck circle for Lawrenceburg. No score yet, top of the third inning. Lawrenceburg in the championship game taking on California in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Flores from the stretch. Bunt put down perfectly, moves the runner to third, and nobody's covering first base, so we'll have runners at the corners. I tell you what, some miscommunication there as Gervais came in for the bunt, and Lorenz did not cover first base for Westchester. He got over there a little bit late, so we'll have runners at the corners with one away here in the top of the third. Lawrenceburg threatening.
Well, these little plays can make the difference in a game like this. As we can see already, this is going to be a close, tight ball game. One error already for Lawrence County. That one not an error, but let's see if Lawrence County can take advantage of it.
Hallmark, the shortstop, digs in. Grounded out to second his first time up. He lifts that one into deep right field. Going back for it, making the catch is Sterner. But the runner tags and comes home and will slide in there home safely. Lawrenceburg leads 1-0, top of the third inning.
Well, in that situation, Kevin, exactly what you want to do. You want to lift the ball and get it deep enough to score the run. And that's exactly what Hallmark done. I tell you, so impressed with this Lawrenceburg team all tournament long to do those little things. They've done a lot of sacrifice bunting, a lot of safety squeeze bunting. They've moved hitters, hit and run, hit them in the hole, and that is what could win them a world championship.
Ryan Weathers now digs in, walked his first time up, a quick check on the runner at first. Back in safely.
And a reminder, you can join the social conversation on Twitter at Exports Radio. Tweet us your picks, your comments with the hashtag BRWS15, and we'll hear from Cam some of your tweets coming up.
The runner goes, and that is going to be end time. Jacob Hauser is thrown out at second base for the third out of the inning, but not before Lawrenceburg gets on the board, 1-0, as we head to the bottom of the third on the way. It's the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV.
They say time is money, and if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit clawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Live from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, it's the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Kevin Kilpatrick with J.P. Plant, and Cam Mashburn is hanging out in the California dugout. What's going on down there, Cam?
Yeah, man, they are very, very excited, though, for every good play that's made by this California team. They're all cheering each other along, but we really want you to hit up that Twitter on hashtag BRWS15. Give us a shout. Let us know where you're listening from, or you can tweet at Exports Radio. And we'll get those pictures retweeted out. We've got a lot coming in so far.
Thanks so much, Cam. We'll check back in with him in just a little bit as the top of the lineup for Westchester, California comes up. It'll be Michael Gonzalez, Adrian Morales, and Joe Fortin. Gonzalez with a single his first time up. Or no, check that. Single his first time up. Then he was called out in a fielder's choice at second base as that first pitch is in there for a strike.
Yeah, you got it right. Kevin keeping score old school.
That's right.
With the pen and pad, and I've got the iPad. So between the two of us, we'll keep you up to date.
That's what I'm comfortable with. Gonzalez bats from the right side of the plate. All over the inside part of the batter's box. He's deep in the box, but got his right toe right up on that chalk. Where's number 2? The 1-1. Foul tipped. Weathers has given up a couple of hits. 1 walk. Also has a couple of strikeouts. The 1-2 is chopped to the shortstop. He'll handle it. Wheels on to first. Out number 1 as Hallmark records the out.
I'll remind folks that our portable power, the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, is made possible by our friends at Rent Right in Lawrenceburg, located on Buffalo Road.
Morales, the shortstop, reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. That one's outside. We might have our best day weather-wise for baseball thus far. As that ball is fisted over to the second baseman, he bobbles it, gets it, and throws on to first for the out.
Those can be tricky plays when it spends a lot of time on that ground. You never know what little bump it might hit. The turf is in real good condition, so there's not a lot of rocks or anything of that nature, but just a little bit of spin, Kevin, can alter that. And you saw there, but Crane, nice job. Once that hit him a little bit, kept in front of him, made the throw.
Joe Fortin batting. He's the big lefty. He's been on fire, and that pitch is inside. Breaking ball doesn't break. And that is 1-0 now to Fortin. Fortin, as we mentioned earlier, had the game-tying RBI against Pennsylvania in the bottom of the 7th inning with 2 outs, nonetheless. And then in the bottom of the 9th, he hit the RBI double to win it. to put them in this game. He lifts that one sky high. Not going to be any room for Franklin, though, as he watches it go into the netting over the stands. 1-1 now. Fortin singled his first time up. No stranger to clutch hitting, that's for sure. The delivery. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Fortin. Nice breaking ball there from Weathers that started in the zone and then dipped out of the zone by the time it got to the plate. The 1-2, that's outside. Even count now. 2 away here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Lawrenceburg leading over California 1-0 in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series championship game. Weathers deals. That's outside. Full count now to Fortin. We're guessing about 4,500 fans here at the ballpark for this championship game in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. The full count is ripped back through the middle, and not able to handle it is Hallmark. He had an opportunity, but just too quick to get by him. Fortin, 2 for 2 now. He'll be on first base. 1 on, 2 out, bottom of the 3rd.
That is the first baseman, number 5, Ryan Gervais. 2 out.
Gervais hit one on the button in his first at bat, but it was corralled by Hauser, who made a great catch over his head. Weathers deals a strike, and there's a throw down to first to check on Morales, but he is back in there, or Fortin rather, he's back in there safely. These California players have squared the ball up a few times against Weathers, but not able to produce any runs out of it thus far. Big delivery by Fortin. There's the delivery from Weathers, and that's poked into right center field. That will fall for a base hit. Fortin will hold up at second, and Gervais will be on first with a single. 2 on, 2 away here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Well, Kevin, we had some action in the California bullpen, and more with that. Let's go down to Cam Mashburn. Cam?
Yeah, we had Caleb Sterner down here warming out. He just got finished up and come back in. Looks like he's going to be ready to go here in the bottom half of this inning.
All right, thank you, Cam. So we may see Sterner pitch some yesterday, and you knew he wasn't going to be completely left out of the docket today at this World Championship game.
Absolutely. Now Weathers will deal with Guillen. 2 on, 2 out. The runners are on first and second. Fortin on second and Gervais on first. Both reached with a single. That nearly hits Guillen, but he turns into the pitch and gets out of the way. 2-0 now. As California is threatening with a runner in scoring position, trying to tie this thing up. Lawrenceburg leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd. From the stretch, that one's inside again. Weathers trying to maintain his dominance on the inside part of the plate, but these last couple, just a little bit too much inside.
And Kevin, this is the time of the day when that sun can really play havoc with those on the left side of the infield. Weathers with the left-handed is really seeing the sun.
The 3-0 is in there for a strike. 3-1 now to Guillen.
So if you're watching, you can see him squinting quite a bit as he makes his delivery.
The 3-1 count. That's inside for ball 4. Guillen takes his base as the bases are loaded now. And coming to the dish, the hot hitting Max Sterner. He struck out looking his last at bat, but he has been stroking the ball this tournament. So it'll be Guillen on first. Fortin is on third, and at second base, it is Gervais for California. Full bases are loaded. First pitch to Sterner, and there for a strike. We are in the bottom of the third. Lawrenceburg leads 1-0. Sterner watches that one for a strike. Quickly 0-2. Weathers from the windup. And that ball is smoked to the third baseman, but caught in the air. Bailey does it, ending the threat. The score remains 1-0. Lawrenceburg coming to bat, top of the fourth. It's the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
Back at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, Lawrenceburg getting ready to bat. They lead 1-0 in the top of the fourth. Let's go down now to Stanley Wilson, who has Doug Howe with him.
Hey, thank you, guys. And, Doug, what a great night it is. We're thinking about 4,500 people here, maybe 5,000.
It's amazing what a little sunshine will do for you.
I know you're glad to see it. You're part of the ground crew here. Actually, you're the leader of the ground crew. And I know it's been a challenging week for you.
It has been, but so many people have stepped up. The guys from the recreation department have done a great job, and then the city guys have come in here from the street department. Man, it's been a team effort all week. We look up, there comes the fire department, the public works. You know, guys just come out of the woodwork everywhere when it rains, and it's just amazing how it's gone, and we appreciate everybody so much.
All right, well, great pitch you had on the first pitch of the game.
Well, thank you so much, and I want to send out a thank you to Wayne Barnett and David Howard. I tell you what, this field and this vision was part of theirs too, and I tell you what, they were here every night working and working and working. Couldn't have done it without them, and I want to tell them thank you.
There you go, Mr. Baseball right there, Doug Howe.
Ryan Weathers now batting for Lawrenceburg. He is at a 2-0 count right now. Flores deals as Weathers rips that into left center field. That's going to get down, and he will stop, rounding first, and pull up with a single. Get Lawrenceburg another opportunity.
Weathers continuing with his hot play, both on the mound and at the plate, vying for the most valuable player for the tournament, Kevin.
I'm sure today's pitching performance and hitting performance will have a huge impact on that for him. Now batting is Lance Pope. He grounded out to shortstop his first time up. Looks at that first one, it's a ball. 1-0 to Pope.
We'll check back in with Cam in just a moment. He's got an update on Twitter. Some local celebrity, he claims.
And that ball is lined into center field. Coming in on it is Gonzalez. He'll make the catch. Weathers retreats back to first. One away here in the top of the fourth. Gonzalez has been busy thus far early on here. Sam Crane now batting. He also flew out to center his last time up. That's in there for a strike. Nice breaking ball from Flores. Sterner was warming up earlier, but he is yet to enter the game. Flores remains the pitcher for California. That one's chopped just inside the third base line, but it will trickle foul.
I think it actually went off his ankle. I do believe it did end up foul, but I believe the home plate umpire came out and called that early on.
Sam Crane down 0-2. Flores from the stretch. That's low. 1-2. Ryan Weathers on first. Lawrenceburg leading 1-0 in the top of the fourth inning in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series championship game here on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. We certainly appreciate you listening and watching if you're watching the live stream. That's outside. That'll even the count, 2-2 now to Crane.
And you may hear us from time to time, Lawrenceburg, which is the local Babe Ruth, which is where they're playing from, but this team is made up from all over Lawrence County and even one from Wayne County.
Ryan Weathers goes. Guillen throws down. It's not handled, though, and he will be in there safely with a stolen base.
Weathers had a couple yesterday, not necessarily known for his speed, as now we're going to get a courtesy runner.
C.J. Jackson coming in to run for Weathers. I'm sure Weathers' dad is like, don't be doing that. 1-0 is our score, as Jackson is now running for Weathers on second base. Crane, full count. As Flores deals, that is ripped just foul. Crane will stay alive.
Okay, you guys out there in center field, you're going to have to move away from the green wall. You can be out there to the right side of it. Thank you.
You can hear our PA announcer tell the folks that are just beyond the center field wall that they have to move to another position. That is certainly distracting to any batters that might be coming up. Full count now to Crane. Flores from the stretch. Deals. Swing and a miss. Crane goes down swinging.
And I think that's the first time Crane has struck out in this World Series. So Flores really bared down and got the strikeout for the second of the inning.
As I was talking about, JP, in the beginning of the game, Flores is more of a, pick-at-you pitcher. He'll pick at the outside corner, the inside corner. He'll change speeds, throw that breaking ball a lot. Got the K there. And that ball is tapped towards third base from Franklin. Barehanding it is Fortin. He cannot get it over to first in time. We'll check on the runner that was advancing to third, who rounds third in the form of Jackson, but Jackson is back safely at third. So we've got runners on first and third. It's Kendall Franklin at first, and now Jackson at third, who was running for Ryan Weathers, and that'll go down as an infield single. And now batting, Bailey Burleson.
That was close, Kevin, as Jackson, an aggressive runner, came in for Weathers, of course. And no play for Fortin, although I think Flores may have obstructed his attempt to possibly throw to first.
I think you might be right. Flores deals. It's outside to Burleson. This Lawrence County team threatening. Once again, they lead 1-0 here in the top of the fourth inning. Trying to get more. Burleson watches that outside pitch. 2-0. Burleson batting .364 on the tournament. Lines that one back through the box, but it's going to be handled by the second baseman. Tossed on to Morales for the third and final out of the inning. No runs, but the score remains 1-0. Lawrence County leading over Westchester, California in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit clawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
There you go.
Back live at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. And let's check in with Cam, a social media update.
Yeah, I just got a text from local celebrity James Gordon Freeze, who is the bass player on the Grand Ole Opry for Bill Anderson. And they are on the plane headed to Minnesota, and the whole crew is watching the game, headed to Minnesota. So shout out to the Bill Anderson crew and James Gordon Freeze.
That's really cool to hear.
How about that?
Certainly appreciate you listening.
Wow.
1-0 is our score. Lawrence County leading over this Westchester, California team. And Lawrence County stranding a couple of runners in that last inning as Westchester will come to bat and try to get on the board in the form of Mateo Camano, Carlos Flores on deck, and in the hole is Nate Lorenz. Mateo Camano walked his first time up. Takes that first one for a strike from Ryan Weathers. The 0-1 delivery. Foul tipped. I'd love to see Mateo Camano and Ryan Weathers standing next to each other and get a photograph. Ryan is about a foot taller, probably about 50 pounds heavier. Ryan, a big kid, deals. Ooh, big breaking ball, but a little bit high. Count will go to 1-2.
Ryan has really grown up, only, of course, 15, as all these players are, sophomore at Loretto High School.
The 1-2's outside.
Which is just about 15 miles south of Lawrenceburg. One of 3 high schools in Lawrence County. Loretto, Lawrence County, which is just behind us, and then Summertown to the north end of the county.
The 2-2 is swung on and missed. Camano goes down swinging. One away. Bottom of the 4th.
And the third strikeout of the ball game for Weathers. He had, I believe, 13 coming into this game in his 7 innings of work.
He's been dealing this tournament. Carlos Flores, the pitcher, hits that one just past third base out of play. 0-1 count. Weathers deals. That's outside. One and one now to his counterpart, Carlos Flores. He grounded out to third his first time up. That ball is lifted into center field. Ranging over underneath it is the center fielder Hauser for Lawrenceburg, and he will record the out. 2 away.
That is the second baseman, number 21, Nate Lawrence. 2 out.
Nate Lorenz now batting. He grounded out to second his first time up. 2 away, bottom of the 4th inning. Lawrence County leading 1-0 over the Westchester, California team. That's in there for a strike. Weathers with a good fastball right at the letters. The 0-1. Hit over to the right side, and it's going to fall harmlessly over there by the bullpen. Quickly 0-2 now. We saw this Westchester team square up Ryan Weathers a couple of times in the first inning. Not much since then, as that's poked foul. Lorenz stays alive. He's trying to time that fastball. And just about the time that you think Lorenz is going to time that fastball, maybe Weathers will break off a breaker here. Nope, comes in with another fastball. That's foul tipped. And Ryan Weathers looks just like his dad.
Yeah.
My goodness. I watched his dad playing ball a lot. I lived down in Florida, in the Miami area for 10 years, and watched his dad play for the Marlins several years. And body type.
Oh, yeah.
Mannerisms, everything. The 0-2 delivery now to Lorenz. There's that breaking ball in there for a called strike 3. Weathers shuts him down. Top of the 5th coming up. Lawrenceburg leading 1-0 in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
Babe Ruth League's biggest summer events come to you from all across the country, from Cal Ripken Baseball to Babe Ruth Softball to Babe Ruth Baseball. BRN, the Babe Ruth Network, is your daily insight into all things Babe Ruth League. Tune in every day to check out what's going on in these all-star tournaments and maybe catch your team make our plays of the day. Go to BabeRuthNetwork.org. Here we are in the top of the fifth inning. Kevin Kilpatrick along with J.P. Plant. Cam Mashburn is in the Westchester dugout, and Stanley, the Dominator Wilson, is just outside the Lawrence County dugout. We'll be checking in with them in just a little bit. Coming to the plate is Bradley Huckabee for Lawrence County. Bradley grounded out to shortstop his first time up. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Carlos Flores still pitching for California. And there's a shot just beyond the reach of the third baseman. Huckabee will reach with a base hit.
Huckabee, especially the last 2 or 3 games, has been sensational at the plate, and because of that, was placed in the lineup as the extra hitter today. Now, of course, someone we haven't mentioned is the current and 2-time reigning home run champion at the World Series, Jacob Laws. That's a pretty incredible player to have on the bench.
Absolutely.
Waiting for you.
That ball is bunted by Drew Bailey to advance the runner, and it is successful. Drew Bailey will be thrown out at first base, but the sacrifice is successful. Bradley Huckabee now at second base, 1 down here in the top of the fifth inning, as Lawrence County is trying to add to their 1-0 lead over California in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series championship game. Flores, the pitcher for California, will deal from the stretch, wearing the prescription glasses that are tinted. He's got his poker face on as that ball is lifted just beyond the catcher's reach into the stands. Another opportunity to bat now for Drew Staggs. 0-1 count to the right fielder from Lawrenceburg.
Kevin, I'm still just baffled at how many people are in this ballpark and just outside the ballpark. I mean, there are people that are trying to get up on the outfield wall. I mean, it's amazing.
It's amazing. You look behind us, and we got people in the stands the stands from the Tom Cruise field. If you get up on the very top level, you can see into this field, and that is at capacity.
Oh, yes.
You got people standing room only down here, folks. And what a great atmosphere for championship baseball. This crew has done a fantastic job getting this field ready for not only tonight's game, but every night of this tournament. The grounds crew has done an amazing job. 1-1 now to Staggs. Flores gets the sign from the stretch. Deals. That ball is poked into right center field. It's going deep in right center field, and that's going to fall for extra bases. Coming around third to score is Huckabee. Lawrenceburg leads 2-0 on the RBI double from Drew Staggs.
So Ben Staggs keeps the hot performance going from the 10-hole position. And again, Kevin, it seems like every time he comes up to the plate, if there is a runner on, he's going to get him in. And we are going to have a Farm Bureau call to the bullpen, brought to you by Farm Bureau of Tennessee in Lawrence and Giles County. Call Farm Bureau today and get your insurance checkup. 2-0 your score. Lawrence County leading California. We'll tell you the new pitcher when we return to Lawrenceburg in the Babe Ruth World Series after this 1-minute timeout.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Back at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series as Ben Staggs adds to the lead for Lawrenceburg. 2-0 is the score. Let's check in with Cam down in the Westchester dugout. Cam, what's going on, my friend?
Well, as the pitcher come out of the dugout, off the field into the dugout, his team giving him high fives, picking him up. He's pitched a heck of a game for this Westchester team, and now we get to see Mr. Max Sterner, who has been lights out for California. But make sure you're getting those tweets in. We're getting a bunch of them. Hashtag BRWS15. Tweet at us at X Sports Radio.
Thank you so much, Cam. So let's reset here. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Lawrenceburg adds another run on the RBI double from Ben Staggs. Coming in to score on that was Bradley Huckabee. And we have got one out. And Max Sterner is now pitching for Westchester, California. He is the tall lefty who has a 10-6 breaking ball that will make your knees buckle. He's a great pitcher. He was instrumental in the win for California over Pennsylvania to even make it to this game. So now batting, it's the top of the order for Lawrenceburg, Coulter Hauser. He has singled and struck out. He has a man in scoring position in the form of Ben Staggs. Sterner deals, and that ball is bunted, and it's going to be foul. Hauser has another opportunity coming up. Lawrenceburg doing everything they can to play this small ball game and get another runner on board and into scoring position and score. 0-1 count to Hauser. Sterner, the lanky lefty from the stretch. Look, Staggs back at second.
My apologies. Got the defensive changes for California with Sterner coming in from right field. Nate Lorenz goes to right, and Garrett Spacuzza comes into the ballgame at second base for California.
There's that big breaking ball. It swung on and missed, but it'll get away from Kennedy Guillen, the catcher, and advancing to third now is Ben Staggs.
And now, Kevin, we've seen from Lawrenceburg throughout the World Series, not afraid to do a safety squeeze. And you see California, for watching on Exports TV, they're all in on the grass. So a lot of different options with Coulter Hauser at the plate and a runner at third and just one out for Coach Weathers.
We'll watch for that opportunity. That delivery is in there for a called strike three. Big breaking ball from Sterner. And Hauser will go down looking. 2 away here in the top of the 5th. So Ben Staggs at third. Now batting Jacob Hallmark. Max Sterner is now pitching for this California team. Fastball outside.
Hallmark today, Kevin, 0 for 2. Ground out in a line drive, but he's making contact. That's what you want in this situation.
That ball is lifted into center field. Gonzalez is ranging to his left. He's under it, makes the play. 3 away. But Lawrenceburg adds another one. 2-0 is the score as we head to the bottom of the 5th. California will be coming to bat. It's the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
2-0 is our score in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. JP Plant has this game summary.
All right, this game summary brought to you by the Summit at Home, helping individuals live independently at home. For the visitors on the scoreboard, Lawrence County, 1 run in the third, 1 in the fifth, 2 total, 7 hits, 1 error, and they've had 5 runners left on base. For California, they have yet to score. Weathers has only given up 4 hits, and California has left 6 runners on base. And again, that game summary brought to you by the Summit at Home.
It'll be Michael Gonzalez batting for Westchester, California, then Adrian Morales and Joe Fortin waiting in the hole as Weathers deals. That is tapped foul. This will be the 3rd time around in the lineup for Westchester, California, about the time that players start getting more comfortable with the pitcher and start seeing the pitches a little bit better. It'll be interesting to see how this half inning unfolds. The 0-1 is ripped into center field, and it is going to be caught. My goodness! That ball is caught by Hauser. He came charging in, leapt off of his feet, and caught it right there, right before it hits the ground. And if you're watching the stream, there's the replay. Couldn't have got much better than that, JP.
I tell you what, the Vision Center replay shows Hauser. I could see in his eyes from way out here, he wanted to make a dive, and he timed it perfectly. 1 out in the inning.
Well done. Now Morales batting. Looks at that first one, and it's a strike. 0-1.
Oh, that may be the play of the tournament, Kevin.
That's a huge momentum shift, because if California gets that runner on here in the bottom of the 5th inning, who knows what could happen as they trail 2-0 to Lawrence County. That one is poked back through the middle, but it's going to be mishandled by the second baseman, Crane. And that was a tough play. He went over to backhand it towards the second base bag, but not able to come up with it. And Morales will reach. And let's see if they call that an error. That's probably going to be a single.
Yeah, probably. It's one of those you could go either way, and it is a single, as the 5th hit of the ball game for California just posted.
Joe Fortin, the big lefty, now batting, facing the big lefty in Ryan Weathers. 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. A check on the runner at first. Morales back in time.
And after that big play and momentum shift, not only from the previous inning getting that second run, but that great play, Lawrence County can't settle in. They've got to keep the foot to the pedal, if you will.
That's outside. 1-0. Lots of room down the right field line as Ben Staggs not protecting against the line. The 1-0. Now 2-0 to Fortin. Hauser is playing straight away. And Pope is in left field. He is playing Fortin to pull the ball. So they're not protecting the lines in the outfield. They're more squeezing towards center field. Runner on first for California, as that one's in there for a strike. 2-1 count now to Fortin. 1 away, bottom of the 5th inning. Lawrence County leading over California 2-0 in the championship game of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Weathers deals. That's in there for a strike on the outside corner. 2-2. See the tweets coming across the screen on the monitor here. If you're watching the stream, you can see those. Our radio listeners, you can tweet us as well. 2-2 delivery now to Fortin. Taps that one foul, stays alive. It's Morales at first base for California. 1 on, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. 2-2 count to Fortin. Weathers gets the sign. Deals. That is foul tipped into the crowd right here in front of us. Nice catch made by the fan. Oh, about 12 feet down below us. Estimated 4,500 to 5,000 folks here at the ballpark today. The 2-2 delivery. Instead of check at first, Morales is back in there safely. Long look in from Ryan Weathers. He gets the sign. Fortin ready. Blisters that one into left center field, and that's going to go over the head of the outfielders. Coming around second and holding up at third is Morales. It is going to be a stand-up double for Joe Fortin, the big lefty. Gets the best of Ryan Weathers that time around.
Well, I tell you, the outfielders in Pope and Hauser got to that quickly, because it looked when that ball left the bat that was going to be a run. It was going to go to 2-1, but they got the ball in very quickly and held the runner at third with 1 out.
And you've got to imagine, JP, with the conditions as they have been for this last week, that as soon as that ball hits the ground in the outfield, it's slowing down pretty quick. If these were dry conditions, that is going to scoot on to the base of the wall, but not in this case. 2-0 is the score as Ryan Gervais digs in for California. 2 on, 1 out, 2-0 is the score. Lawrence County leading over Westchester, California. That first pitch to Gervais is a strike.
And the lights turning on at Denver Trapp Field in Lawrenceburg as dusk will slowly turn in tonight.
Weathers gets the sign from the stretch. Swing and a miss. Gervais swinging at that one about a second after it was in the mitt, it seemed. 0-2 now. Gervais swung through that pitch that was popped in the mitt by Ryan Weathers. We mentioned Weathers hit 88 on the gun earlier this week. Oh, swing and a miss. Gervais goes down. 2 away. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Lawrence County is leading 2-0 over this Westchester, California team. Yeah, Ryan Weathers hit 88 earlier in the week on the radar gun. He has hit 87 today. Kennedy Guillen, the backstop for California, now batting. He pops that one out of play over the media booth. 0-1. So it's Fortin at second, Morales at third for California with 2 outs. Kennedy Guillen trying to help his team get on the board. Weathers deals, that's inside. And that is a called strike. It nearly hit him, but Kennedy Guillen is all over that inside part of the plate.
Well, you know, the umpire made a call that you normally would see on a third strike. Guillen looked around and said, that's just 2, right? He said, yeah.
0-2 now. That is strike 3 as he swings through it. Weathers gets out of the jam. 2-0 is our score. We're going to the top of the 6th inning where J.P. Plant will have the call coming up next. It's the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Welcome back to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series championship game. The team from Lawrence County, Tennessee, leading California 2-0 as we head to the top half of the 6th inning. And it will be Weathers, Pope, and Crane to lead things off. And Stanley Wilson, who's down to the Lawrence County dugout, a pumped-up host team after Weathers' performance in that last half inning.
Well, that would be an understatement. He came over and he wanted his mom to go get him a Powerade, and somebody from the stand said, "What do you need? We'll get you whatever you want." And he got him a blue Powerade, and you just saw what happened right there with runners at second and third. He reached back and threw some smoke.
Tell you what, give him a hot dog, give him a smoked bologna sandwich, some barbecue nachos, anything he wants from the Kiwanis Session stand. All right, 2-0 your score. The team from Lawrence County leading Westchester, California. What a game so far. Weathers steps in. He is 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. And Sterner, first pitch to Weathers, lifted into right field. Lorenz makes the play, down on one knee for the first out of the inning.
Had him played perfectly defensively. Nate Lorenz, as you mentioned, just had to come in a few steps, and that was a sinking liner, and Lorenz gets down on one knee and snares it.
All right, and we just got an attendance estimate.
We were a little bit off, huh?
Yep. The numbers getting in, 5,800 people have made their way to Denver Trap Field here tonight to see this World Series championship game.
Love it.
Just under 6,000 people. That pitch is inside for a ball. And just so you know, the population in Lawrenceburg, just a shade over 10,000. So nearly half of the town, if you will, is here. Of course, this is a county-wide team. There's a strike. 1-1 is the count.
And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful night for baseball, and it's so exciting to see these fans come out and support this Lawrence County team and the California fan contingent. A lot of them here as well.
Yes, indeed. And, of course, the host parents for the California, talking with some of them, they had a lot of mixed emotions about who to root for tonight because they've gotten so close to the young men that they've been hosting. As that pitch to Lance Pope is low. It's 3-1 now to Lance. One of those host families is the mayor of Lawrenceburg, Keith Durham. The 3-1. High and tight, Lance Pope draws a one-out walk. He'll stand at first with Sam Crane coming up to the plate.
That is the second baseman, number 5, Sam Crane.
All right, one out. Top of the 6th, 2-0. Lawrence County leading Westchester, California. Runner at first is Pope. Here's the hitter. There goes Pope. Hit and run on as Crane fouls it away over towards the ticket booth.
As I mentioned a little bit ago, looks like Lawrence County is doing all they can to play some small ball, trying to get another couple of runners on and in. Get them on, get them over, get them in. That's the motto.
So Pope is at first again, one out in the inning. Here's the pitch. No, he goes over to first. Crane today 0 for 2 with a line drive and a strikeout, a rare strikeout from Sam Crane. He'll make contact about 90% of the time. The 0-1. Sterner from the stretch. Nope, goes to first again. This time Pope on his belly. Top half of the 6th inning, live from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Here's the pitch. Popped him up. That's going to stay in the infield. Spacuzza, just shy of the grass at second, will make the play. And Crane flies out for the second out of the inning.
Sterner is working that breaking ball. He's got a big one. He sets it up with a fastball, but then he'll break that off, that 10-6. Some will call it an Uncle Charlie.
Kendall Franklin, the hitter. A double and a single. 2 for 2 this evening. There are 2 outs in the inning. Here's the first pitch. There it goes. And it's a bunt. That's going to get down as Fortin was way deep, and another single, 3 for 3, a bunt single for Franklin. Runners at first and second with 2 outs.
Could not have placed that more perfectly, JP, just beyond the reach of the pitcher as it is heading towards third base. And the pitcher, Max Sterner, does end up grabbing it, but he is near the third base position by the time he grabs it, and no way he's going to catch the speedy Franklin.
All right, so the hitter will be Bailey Burleson, 0 for 2 this afternoon. The line drive and the fielder's choice, but a runner in scoring position. Lawrence County leading 2-0. Fouled away on the first pitch from Max Sterner, and the count is 0-1 to Burleson.
Fastball there. Doesn't quite have the heat that Weathers does, but as we talked about, Sterner likes to work that breaking ball a fair amount more.
Yeah, you talked about the heat from Weathers. At last strike to end the last half inning, clocked at 88 miles per hour. Here's the 0-1. Big cut as Sterner took a lot off of that one. Burleson way out in front.
Looked like a changeup right there, JP. Has the same exact motion and delivery as the fastball, but just comes in at about 2/3 of the speed of his fastball.
So 2 outs, runners at first and second. Sterner shaking off the sign from Kennedy Guillen, and asking for an receiving time is Bailey Burleson. Two 2-0 your score. Lawrence County, Tennessee leading Westchester, California. World Series championship game from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee once again. And now, when in doubt, let's just have a chat. In the meantime, I want to remind you to join us every Monday and Thursday from 4 to 6 for X Sports Live, where locals go to talk sports. Pigskin Prognosticating 102 with Coach Lou returns this fall, along with extensive coverage of all 5 high schools in Lawrence and Giles counties. It's X Sports Live every Monday and Thursday from 4 to 6, only on the X Sports Radio Network. All right, the 0-2. There go the runners. Slow curveball fouled away. Just staying alive was Burleson.
If Sterner shows that breaking ball enough, these Lawrence County players are going to be able to time it out.
And if you're watching on X Sports TV, you'll see the social conversation on Twitter rolling across for you there. You can join it. Tweet us at X Sports Radio. Use the hashtag BRWS15. And Mr. Cam may even tweet back at you. You never know. There, pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 1-2. And it appears that Guillen and Sterner are still not on the same page, Kevin.
Yeah, it's mixed signals definitely, because Guillen hopped up as soon as that ball was in the glove. Clearly, that was not supposed to be a breaking ball right there. So, again, Guillen and Sterner are going to go over the signals and get on the same page.
All right, so 1-2 the count. Runner at second is Lance Pope. Kendall Franklin at first. Reached on a bunt, perfectly placed. Sterner comes to the plate. And high and outside, count even at 2-2.
We've seen Sterner throw a lot in this tournament, and he's not afraid to throw that breaking ball, even when it's a fastball count.
Sterner, who pitched a few innings yesterday in that 9-inning win over Pennsylvania. Again, running through the signs. Now here he comes to the plate. High and inside, and it is run full now to Bailey Burleson, 3-2.
With runners on first and second and 2 away, a full count, runners will be going.
And a speedy runner at first in Franklin. If Burleson's able to get this into a gap, Franklin could score from first. Here's the pitch. There go the runners. Swing and a miss. Big cut. As Sterner wins that battle to retire Burleson and the side. Lawrenceburg and Lawrence County gets a one hit. They strand 2 runners as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Lawrence County still leading 2-0 over Westchester, California. We'll hear from the Lawrenceburg mayor, who will join Cam Mashburn when we return to Lawrenceburg at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, only on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
Welcome back to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Lawrence County leading California 2-0. We head to the bottom of the sixth. And it will be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Sterner, Camano, and Spacuzza probably as he came in for Flores. So Sterner 0 for 2 on the evening. Weathers still pitching. There's a strike. The outside corner. We'll hear from Lawrenceburg Mayor Keith Durham in just a moment. There's a strike on the inside corner. 0-2. Here's the 0-2 to Sterner. Swing and a miss. High heater. And Weathers, for the second time, gets Sterner with the strikeouts. Let's go down to Cam Mashburn, who is standing aside Lawrenceburg City Mayor Keith Durham. Cam, you down there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm sitting here carrying a conversation on with the mayor here. Keith, you're a host family for this California team, but you're also the mayor of Lawrenceburg. How tough is this?
I tell you what, this is a sticky situation. It started the first night we were at the Johnny. Hey, comes a ball. Hang on. It started the first night at the Johnny Bench thing. I stood up in front of the crowd and I said, you know, it's going to be bittersweet for me this series because I'm hosting 2 guys from the California team. But you know, for the last 2 years, I've been following Lawrenceburg and their track through the World Series. You know, and so. Told the crowd, you know, I want to see my Lawrenceburg team win, but, you know, I also have a responsibility for the boys that I have at my house. I've got a lot invested in these guys, and so I'm yelling for both teams tonight, and I'll tell you, this has been a great ball game.
Yeah, it has, and that was the mayor, Keith Durham. Of course, he's housing some of the California players. Joe Fortin, third baseman, is staying with him, so this is very tough for him, standing about 6 rows deep right now.
All right, thank you very much, Cam. As Weathers got Camano to swing and miss for a strikeout, the second of the inning, and that'll bring up Garrett Spacuzza, who came into the ball game when Sterner took the mound back in the 4th. There's a hot shot to the third baseman, Drew Bailey, up with it, takes a couple of steps, and a high throw, but a nice job by Bailey Burleson to grab it, make the tag. 1, 2, 3 goes California in the 6th. Lawrence County coming to the plate in the top of the 7th. They lead it 2-0 over California. This is the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Batters next to hitter number 6, Bradley Heckenbach.
Welcome back to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series championship game between the host team from Lawrenceburg and Lawrence County, Tennessee against Westchester, California. 2-0 your score, Lawrence County leading. As we head to the top of the 7th, Sterner still on the mound. It will be the extra hitter Bradley Huckabee, followed by Bailey and Staggs, the 8, 9, and 10 hitters, and they have been special at the plate this afternoon and evening, Kevin, as Huckabee takes a strike right there, 0-1.
Yeah, it's nice to see that they filled out the lineup to capacity because you have the option of having the extra hitter in the lineup. California opting to go with just the 9 guys, and Lawrenceburg opting to go with 10 guys because, as you mentioned, that lineup is so special.
As fouled away was Huckabee, so he now faces an 0-2 count.
I'm sure Westchester would like to have saved Sterner for a start in this game, but didn't have the innings available to him.
That was just outside. Good eye there by Huckabee. J.P. Plant, Kevin Kilpatrick in the booth. In the Westchester dugout is Cam Ashburn. In the Lawrence County dugout, Stanley Wilson. That ball is lifted into right field. Will it stay fair? It will not. About 8 feet shy and just to the right of the chalk. And that could have been easily a triple.
I was talking about timing out that breaking ball a little while ago. Bradley Huckabee just missed timing that out perfectly. He did good aluminum on it, but falls harmlessly in foul territory.
Yeah, you can't really say good wood on it anymore.
No, you can't. Gets good metal on it.
Yeah, good metal. All right, 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Sterner gets Huckabee with the strikeout for the first out of the inning. And here comes big Jacob Laws stepping into the batter's box for Drew Bailey. We knew we would see him at some point, whether it be on the mound or at the bat. He's got his neon orange bat. That is the bat he used to win the home run derby last Wednesday. Facing Sterner, first pitch is inside for a ball.
He could also hunt with that thing.
I think he could. That is the color.
And he'd be safe.
Yes, he would. You could see him coming. The 1-0 to Laws. And it is outside for a ball, 2-0.
And I tell you what, that bat looks like a mini bat in his hands.
It's like one of those souvenir bats that you can get here at the ballpark. Open stance for the lefty, 6'7", 230. He stands in the batter's box and takes that ball 3-0.
And he's not done growing, folks.
Yep. Sterner obviously being extremely careful. Sterner does pitch from the stretch, even though nobody's on base. Here's the 3-0. And a 4-ball walk as Sterner didn't want any part of Jacob Laws. And Laws will go to first. And might we see a runner?
Yes.
All right, there we go. And it will be number 1, Luke Shannon. Courtesy runner for Jacob Laws. Laws did his part right there, and that'll bring up Ben Staggs. 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. 1 to left center, 1 to right center. He has been the man today.
Not a really big guy, Staggs, but he has got some pop.
All right. So top of the 7th, 2-0 California, trailing the host team from Lawrence County, Tennessee. Runner at first now, Luke Shannon. Here's the pitch from Sterner. Popped up to Staggs. It might stay in the ballpark and does, but nobody can get to it in this massive foul territory at Denver Trap Field. That one landed around the California bullpen, 0-1 the count.
I tell you what, the first baseman, second baseman, and right fielder for California formed a Bermuda Triangle, and that ball was lost in it.
Oh and 1 the count. 2-0, Lawrence County with the lead. They urge their local fans to show up in orange. They have today. Some 5,800 of them. The announced attendance at Denver Trap Field. 0-1 the count with 1 out. There goes the runner. Hit and run. Little foul ball into the left side. And back to first is Luke Shannon.
You got to imagine there's never been a crowd like this at this park.
No. I'm not sure if there has been a crowd for a sporting event in Lawrenceburg like this.
In a word, no. Boy, I don't know if he stepped off in time. He was in his motion to throw to first before he got completely off the rubber.
That was a little dicey there. Of course, with 12 sets of eyes on the field for umpires, 6 umpires. They didn't see it, so we'll go with them. 0-2 the count, and that one's high outside for a ball 1-2.
Of course, this umpire crew, the best of the best in the nation in the Babe Ruth leagues.
Fortin looking for the sign. Here's the pitch to Stagg. There goes the runner. Up and throwing is Guillen, but not in time as the speedy Shannon got a great jump off of Max Sterner and stole that on the pitcher as Guillen already gunned out one runner today, unable to do that to Shannon, so he's there in scoring position with 1 out. The pitch was a ball. It's 2-2 now to Staggs.
Yeah, he stole that off Sterner. Sterner with a slow, deliberate delivery to home plate, and they're able to capitalize on that.
Staggs, the 2-2. Curveball, line to the left side of the infield. Morales going to third, and they're going to get Shannon in a rundown, tagged down by Fortin. As that ball was hit so hard, Luke Shannon was caught in no man's land. Once he leaned that direction, he had to try to make something happen. Staggs will reach first on the fielder's choice. It is 6-5 on the putout.
Morales picked that one, man. It was a hard line shot, one hopper. He backhanded that as the runner was going and threw it onto Fortin, and Fortin able to put the tag on the runner. Well played by California. No errors for California in this game. We have seen tight defense really on both sides. The only error was on the Lawrence County side, and that was an errant ball thrown by Ryan Weathers.
That's right. And the hitter, top of the order, and Coulter Hauser fouls that one away. Yeah, Adrian Morales may be the best shortstop at this World Series, as there will be an all-World Series team announced. There will be a defensive team, an MVP. I think there's a sportsmanship award handed out to a particular team. Throw over to first, back in time is Staggs, and we will carry all of that live here on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. So you can listen and watch it as it happens live from Lawrenceburg.
It's really cool that all these teams are still here that were in the tournament.
There's the 0-1. There goes the runner. Lifted into shallow right center field with 2 outs. Staggs continues to run, and a diving catch made by Nate Lorenz from right, coming in to make the 3rd out of the inning. What a play by Lorenz. We've seen some outstanding defensive plays in this ball game, and you wouldn't expect anything less. California, last chance as they are down by 2 to Lawrence County, the bottom of the 7th. Coming up, Weathers takes the mound. It'll be his to win a world championship, and we'll have it for you live on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV when we return in just 1 minute.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story & Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story & Lee.
We know when we come into Story & Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story & Lee.
Story & Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
3 outs away from a world championship for the host team from Lawrence County as they lead California 2-0. Welcome back, J.P. Plant, Kevin Kilpatrick, Nate Lorenz, who just made that spectacular play in right field. comes to the plate and takes the ball. 1-0 the count. Weathers has been dealing today, and that one's high. 2-0. Weathers giving up only 6 hits, no runs. 1 error from Lawrence County, and that was a throw to second from Weathers. That one's a strike. 2-1. Lorenz on the evening, 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. Weathers with 8 Ks today. There's strike 2. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Just missed outside. And it's full to the leadoff hitter in the 7th for California. Daniel Helms, the manager of California, won the coin flip last evening. That pitch just missed high, and a leadoff walk to Lorenz and California. And Kevin, we head to the top of the order for the boys from Westchester.
This is the best opportunity for Westchester. They've got the tying run, representing tying run, coming up to the dish, and these Westchester fans still have something to cheer for, as the Lawrence County fans are anticipating a world championship.
First pitch from Weathers to Gonzalez is high for a ball. 98 total pitches for Ryan Weathers. 66 have been strikes. As I mentioned, 8 strikeouts. And now time asked for and called. As Gonzalez takes a step out. Stands to the right side wearing number 2. Weathers over to first. Back in time is Lorenz. This presentation on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV is brought to you by Valentine Enterprises and by First Tennessee Bank. I want to thank our corporate sponsors. There's a line drive in left center field. It gets down for a single. Hauser over to cut it off. Fumbles. Making his way to third is Lorenz. And into second with a double is Gonzalez. And California is pumped up as they have 2 runners on and nobody out here in the 7th.
I tell you what, JP, we're going to have a chat from Ryan Weathers' dad with Ryan Weathers. He's coming out to the mound to talk with him, but nobody's going to be coming out because there's nobody warming up for this Lawrenceburg team.
Yep, so David, of course, his father, Ryan's father, will come and talk to him. And while he does that, I want to remind you that you can watch for a limited time on our YouTube channel, or just go to exportsradio.com, every game of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. And then we'll also make available DVDs, your commemorative DVDs of any game that you want, every game of your team. We'll make those available for you for purchase, so be on the lookout. Just check back in at exportsradio.com where you can get your DVD of this 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. All right, the meeting has broken up. David Weathers back in the dugout as his son Ryan Weathers on the mound facing Adrian Morales. 2 on, nobody out. Bottom of the 7th. Grounder, hot shot. And Bailey goes to first. They give up 1 run as the infield was at regular depth. They were playing it that way, so it's 2-1. There's 1 out of the inning.
He looked the runner back at second, but decided, hey, let me get the sure thing at first base. And they do give up 1, but they'll take it in exchange for the out.
Doesn't get any easier as Joe Fortin steps up. Kevin, he's only 3 for 3 with a pair of singles and a double.
And he has hit the ball hard.
Tell you what, maybe the most dangerous hitter in this tournament. Curveball over from Weathers with a strike. 0-1 the count. Runner at second is Gonzalez. This could be the key point of the ball game right here. Fortin has gotten the better of Weathers to this point. The 0-1. There goes the runner. It's a strike. Play at third. Not in time. As Gonzalez made his way to third, it was a strike. So it's 0-2 to Fortin, but Gonzalez only 90 feet away.
The crowd rejected that safe call, but I had a really good angle, and that was the right call by the umpire. He was, in fact, in there safely, as you can see in the Vision Center replay right there if you're watching the stream. So it's an 0-2 count now to Fortin, who is no stranger to clutch situations.
It's about as clutch as it gets. The 0-2 lifted into right center field. Fortin does it again. California ties it up at 2 as Joe Fortin, Mr. Clutch, unbelievable. And California scores 2 in the bottom of the 7th, and we're tied at 2 with 1 out in the inning.
There's no stopping that guy.
Unbelievable.
As I talked about earlier in the Pennsylvania game, he tied things up in the bottom of the 7th with a clutch RBI double, and then they went to extra innings, and the same gentleman, Joe Fortin, tied it up or won the game with an RBI double in the bottom of the 9th inning, and here he has done it again in the championship game, tied things up in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Ryan Weathers with 103 pitches. As Fortin is at first, the hitter will be Ryan Gervais. Gervais 1 for 3 with a line drive. Out to single and strike. First pitch to him, swing and a miss. Big cut by Gervais. And Weathers is not done just yet. What a game here tonight. 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for Lawrence County. 2 runs on 7 hits, no errors for California. The 0-1. Swing and a miss.
And clearly the Lawrenceburg coaches thinking that Ryan is the guy to get him out of this situation because nobody's warming up.
Yep, Laws has, I think, been expended with the pinch hit, and then Courtesy ran for him. Throw over to first. Normally you might see him. Drew Bailey can pitch at third. Lance Pope, who pitched last night, 5 innings, probably not unless he is in a desperate situation to get him out there, as that pitch is a little high. 1-2, and just got word that they have been warming up in between innings. My angle up here is a little blocked from down the left end corner. There's the 1-2, swing and a miss. And another strikeout for Ryan Weathers. And that is the 9th K of the ball game. 2 outs in the inning. Kennedy Guillen, the hitter, 0 for 2. Pair of strikeouts and a walk for Westchester, California. Here's the first pitch. Popped him up. I believe it'll stay in the ballpark. Huckabee coming over to Franklin, and it is Burleson making the play in front of the California dugout. Well, you're going to get your money's worth tonight. Free baseball coming. California ties it in the bottom of the 7th. We head to the 8th inning. You wouldn't expect anything better. This is the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series Championship live on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. We'll be back with extra baseball right after this.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Welcome back to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network and live streaming on Exports TV. JP Plant, Kevin Kilpatrick here in the booth with you as free baseball here for you tonight. And Kevin, you saw free baseball from Westchester. Pitching may be a concern, But this is all hands on deck at this point.
Absolutely, and we saw that the Lawrenceburg coaches really wanted Weathers to finish this game because they left him in there. He got into a tight spot, ends up giving up 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning, but they still kept him in the game, knowing that he is the best chance for them to have to win this game.
All right, so as we head into the top half of inning 8, first hitter will be Jacob Hallmark. So Sterner still on the mound.
And we're getting word that this is the last inning that Sterner is available to pitch.
All right. Hallmark fouls that one away.
And a little insight to Ryan Weathers, when he came off the mound, he was inconsolable. He was upset with himself, is what it was. And his dad tried to give him a high five, and he kind of slapped his dad's hand, but obviously he didn't mean it because he was upset with himself that he got his team in that situation and was not able to get out of it after California tied this thing up.
Hallmark fouls another one away. It's 1-2. That one's low, 2-2. Yeah, one of the more fierce competitors you'll run into, both David and Ryan. Here's the 2-2 to Hallmark. Just missed outside. 3-2.
Big breaking ball from Sterner. Just misses. That's been his money pitch.
So the 3-2 is lifted into right field. And it looks like it will stay inside the lines and caught by Lorenz for the first out of the inning here in the top of the 8th. So the hitter will be Ryan Weathers. 1 out in the inning. Top of the 8th, we're tied at 2. World Series championship, 15-year-old division for Babe Ruth. Pitches inside for a ball. 1-0.
Off of the camera stand, please. On center field, hanging over the wall. Off of the camera stand, please.
Here's the 1-0. Pitch is high and outside, 2-0. We got so many people here, Kevin, that guys are getting up on our camera stand built by Parks Lumber.
This is an exciting game everybody wants to see.
And that one is low for a ball, and it's 3-0. Sterner in his final inning of work throws a strike of the 3-0 to Weathers, and it's 3-1. We'll check in with both Stanley and Cam coming out of the next break to get an update on the dugout, so stay tuned for that. That is low for a ball. And Weathers with a walk. Lance Pope will be the hitter as a conversation at the mound between Fortin and Sterner. Top 2 teams coming out of pool play. Lawrence County went 4-0 in the American Division. California went 3-1. Their only loss, a 7-run 7th inning from Southern Brazoria County, Texas. That snuck a win on opening night. That pitch is in there for a strike. Kevin, you saw that game. And outside of that, I think the next 3 games, California outscored their opponents 57-3, something to that effect.
That sounds about right.
It's quite rather amazing.
But as you mentioned, that Southern Brazoria County, Texas team did sneak up on the California team. The California team was winning, in the 7th inning, and then SBC put up a 7 spot to get that win.
All right. There's a line drive in left field. Camano has a beat on it for the second out of the inning. Pope put a charge into it, but right to Mateo Camano for the second out of the inning.
And I tell you, if this game does get beyond this inning, if Sterner does get out of this inning, and some pitching candidates are Fabian Galvin, Glenn Gardner, Mason Goodman, and Ryan Gervais can also pitch.
Sam Crane lifts one into right field, and Lorenz is there. Under it for the third out of the inning. So Sterner, in his final inning of work, gives up a walk. But no hits and one runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Tied at 2. Lawrence County in California on the X-Sports Radio Network and X-Sports TV.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
Main Street.
Welcome back to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, live from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, as we've got a new pitcher for the host team from Lawrenceburg, as Ryan Weathers comes off the mound after 7 innings of work and now Bailey Burleson will trade places at first. So Weathers to first base, Burleson on to pitch for the host team from Lawrence County. And let's check in with the Lawrence County dugout and Stanley Wilson. Stanley?
Yeah, Bailey Burleson's been warming up a couple of times already, so he's ready to go. And we knew that Ryan Weathers only had the 7 innings, so Bailey Burleson was waiting for this opportunity, and he's got it right here.
All right, thank you, Stanley. And Cam Mashburn now in the California dugout. Another chance to win it outright, Cam.
Yeah, this California team is really motivated right now. They're fired up. These guys are destined in their mind for a late inning heroic effort. We'll see.
All right, thank you, fellas. Cam Ashburn and Stanley Wilson in the dugouts for us all night. First pitch from Bailey Burleson to Max Turner is over for a strike. 0-1 the count as we are in extra innings, bottom of the 8th. The 0-1 fouled away.
Max Turner, of course, one of their big threats at the dish.
That pitch is popped up, and I guess fair. No, it's foul. I didn't see. Did the umpire out there in left field make that call there, Kevin?
I guess. I was watching the umpire just beyond third base. He didn't indicate anything. And I honestly thought that ball was right on the line. But clearly the umpire out in left field was within feet of where it landed, and certainly he made the right call.
He was there, and, Helms came out to talk to the home plate umpire, and real quickly home plate umpire said, well, you can go talk to him. So as it stands right now, it was a foul ball, and that will keep it at 0-2. To Max Sterner. Tied at 2. We're in the bottom of the 8th. California, the home team, as they won the toss last night after their 9-inning walk-off win over West End, Pennsylvania. Here's the 0-2. Lifted high into right field. Long run for Staggs. So he's got a beat on it. Now underneath it and makes the out. 1 out here in the 8th.
That is the left fielder, number 15, Mateo Tamano, 1 out.
So 1 out in the inning. The hitter is Mateo Camano, fouls that one away. He is 0 for 2 for the ball game. Couple of strikeouts and a walk.
Franklin gets up hurting a little bit. Looked like the ball or the bat might have caught him on the follow-through.
So David Weathers, the manager, comes out and talks to him. And while he does that, let's bring in Stanley Wilson down in the dugout. And Stanley, this Lawrenceburg team, you've seen all of their games this tournament. the one close game against Pennsylvania, but they've been clutch every time they've needed to throughout this series.
Yeah, exactly right. And this has been a pitching duel here tonight. Ryan Weathers got all the way to the bottom of the 7th and unfortunately gave up those 2 runs on just one bad pitch. And that's what he was upset about when he came off the field, as Kevin was noticing. He just had that one bad pitch, and but otherwise a great effort tonight.
All right. Thank you, Stanley. The 0-1 to Camano is outside, and the count even at 1-1. There's a line drive into center field. Charging is Hauser. He's not going to be able to make a Superman play on that one, as a one-out single for Camano. He's at first with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, just kind of a bloop single, just 15 feet beyond the dirt into center field, and Hauser playing him a little bit too deep to make that play.
We'll get an update on our Twitter and see what Cam's got cooking coming up shortly, so stay tuned for that. Throw back over to first, back in time is Camano. Garrett Spacuzza, the hitter. He grounded out to third his first time as he came into the ball game when Sterner took the mound back in, I believe, the 4th inning. Another throw over there. That one's a little closer, as getting dirty was Camano. Burleson with a pretty good pickoff move for a right-hander. First pitch coming to Spacuzza. Here it is. That is low. Nice dig by Franklin. And it's 1-0. I want to thank our presenting sponsors, Valentine Enterprises and First Tennessee Bank, giving us the ability to bring live HD streaming video to wherever you may be watching. Here's the 1-0. 2-0 the count. Our maiden voyage on Exports TV this week.
It's been a blast.
It has been a blast. A lot of hard work, but I think it's paying off. Ricky Lee may think otherwise. No, he's here's the 2-0.
Ricky Lee, our technical director, needs a vacation after this.
I know. He needs a vacation from me, I think. Tired of seeing me.
From all of us.
Yeah, 3-0 the count.
You know, I wanted my look of Ryan Weathers and Mateo
There you
Camano by each other. And,
you got it if you're watching on Exports TV. All right, the 3-0 from Burleson. And that one's low. And a 4-pitch walk to Spacuzza. Puts runners at first and second. And Nate Lorenz will be the hitter for California. The boys from Westchester starting to feel a little bit. And we've seen their fans with the little cowbells, the mini cowbells. As we'll be hearing those coming up in about 3 weeks, as Lawrence and Giles County will be playing as region opponents. High school football starts tomorrow night. Can you believe that? Here's the first pitch to Lorenz, over for a strike. 0-1 the count.
Camano representing the championship winning run at second base for California.
The 0-1 from Burleson. Turns around and high throw, and it gets past Hallmark. Hauser with the throw to third, not in time, and that gets past, and who is there to back it up but Burleson? And if he had not been there, this World Series would have been over. So another error. Both errors for Lawrence County have been pickoff attempts.
So now the winning run 90 feet away for California.
Just 1 out of the inning, and not only does that get a runner closer to home in only 90 feet, as David Weathers comes out to the mound, and let's see what he does, but it also takes away that force play, Kevin, that they would have had either at third, second, or first.
And maybe that's what he's going to talk to them about. Maybe they just want to go ahead and pitch around the batter right now in Spacuzza to force an out at every base.
All right, well, while they are meeting at the mound, let's go down to Cam Mashburn with a Twitter update. Cam, what have the folks been saying on the Twitter feed?
Well, since the game got really close and got to closing championship innings, Twitter pretty well died off as expected. But use hashtag BRWS, @X Sports Radio. We'll get the tweets coming in. There's a few still scattered in and out, but not many.
They're hanging on every word and every pitch.
Everybody is focused in on this baseball game as we are here at the ballpark. 0-1 the count to Nate Lorenz. Runners at second and third. Infield in for Lawrence County. Nice stop there by Kendall Franklin. Count even at 1-1. So a tight spot for the home team, the host team, I should say. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Big cut there by Lorenz. And Bailey Burleson is one strike away from a huge out here in the bottom of the 8th. We're tied at 2. California scored 2 in the bottom of the 7th to send it to extra innings. Here's the pitch. Popped, fouled away. And I don't believe one soul of those 5,800 announced in attendance have left.
Nope.
We may even have more.
They're trying to squeeze in closer for a better view.
Here's the 1-2. Curveball, strike 3! Bailey Burleson with the hook. Gets this second out of the inning. And it brought many of these local fans to their feet. And Michael Gonzalez will be the hitter for California.
Dangerous batter for this California squad. Leadoff batter. High on base percentage guy.
The fans now standing, getting on their feet. They're going to walk Gonzalez to load him up to get a force out. And on deck is Adrian Morales, the shortstop. As the second one is over. So now with 2 outs, here's the third toss over. The Lawrence County infield will go back to regular depth. What a big spot for that curveball from Bailey Burleson. So 4 pitches there, intentional walk. That'll put Adrian Morales at first and load him up. Camano at third, Spacuzza at second, Gonzalez at first. The hitter, Adrian Morales, Bailey Burleson, the pitcher. We're tied at 2, bottom of the 8th inning for the Babe Ruth World Series Championship. First pitch, nearly hit him.
And you know Morales would have leaned into that a little bit more if he could have.
1-0 the count. Oh, this is what you live for. That one's outside, 2-0.
He's got to come to him now.
Dangerous position.
He's got to challenge him now. You can't afford to go 3-0 here.
So the 2-0 coming, squaring around. He pulls back. It is high. 3-0. Nowhere to put Morales. Bailey Burleson. And dig deep right here. Here's the 3-0. Strike on the outside corner. Squaring around is Morales just to try to make it a little more difficult for Burleson to throw it in there. 3-1 the count. There are 2 outs in the inning. Here's the 3-1. Line drive to left center field, and that one's down. California, your 2015 Babe Ruth World Series champions.
That's the ball game. Final score: California 3, Lawrence County 3. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have the players of the game for you in just a moment.
So back-to-back games. California in walk-off fashion. Last night it was Joe Fortin. Tonight, Adrian Morales. And what a ball game. 3-2 is your final score. And for the second time in 3 years, the Lawrence County Babe Ruth team falls just short to a California Babe Ruth team for a World Series championship.
You saw the elation from the California squad as they celebrated in between first and second base. And then you saw the dejection from the Lawrenceburg squad. They ran through the tournament 5-0, but then they run into a buzzsaw in the form of this California team that has won 2 straight games, as JP just mentioned, in walk-off fashion. Congratulations to Westchester, California, winning the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series championship here in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, in front of a crowd of nearly 6,000
That's right.
disappointed fans.
6,000 people. What a ball game. All right, we're going to take a quick 90-second timeout. When we return, we'll have the post-game festivities, the trophy presentation, and more live from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, and the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Once again, your 13, 15-year-old World Series champions are from Westchester, California, as they win tonight in 8 innings over Lawrence County, Tennessee, 3-2. We'll be back in 90 seconds.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
And welcome back to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series as California gets the win 3-2 in 8 innings. J.P. Plant, Kevin Kilpatrick up in the booth. Stanley Wilson and Cam Mashburn are down on the field, and we will hear from them and get their thoughts and hopefully maybe talk to a coach or player or two once the trophy presentations have been presented. Our Master of Ceremonies is Paul Plant, and we will hear from him coming up in just a few moments. And here we go, Paul Plant.
The Ron Tellison Award, which is about to be presented, is a very special award to those of us here in Lawrenceburg. In 1978, Ron came and spent an entire week with us, as he did again in 1981. We grew to love him. Ron Tellison became an honorary citizen of our town. And I think it's because of the love that he had for Babe Ruth baseball that you all have exemplified so greatly here tonight. These young men, all of them, this has been a wonderful time for our town. We hope that you all, the players, have enjoyed it half as much as we have. And every single one of you has exemplified what I believe Ron Tellison believed in with Babe Ruth baseball.
His commitment to our nation's youth was unsurpassed. His primary objective was that every child have the opportunity to play this great game of baseball. Congratulations to our players of the game. The player of the game for Lawrence County is Ryan Weathers.
Ryan Weathers chosen as the player of the game for the Lawrence County team, the Ron Tellison player of the game.
Wear with pride.
And the player of the game for California is Adrian Morales.
And Adrian Morales.
What's Jabber's name? What's that? Jabber's name?
Roger Giles.
Roger Giles is presenting
Award. He's the state commissioner of Babe Ruth Baseball, and we thank him for being with us as well today, Roger.
All right, as they continue to get ready for the trophy presentation.
It's going to take us just a minute to get this thing going. Y'all hang with us. Play a little music. We'll get her going.
All right, so as they get the trophies all set out, there's a lot to give away. We'll take it back up here in the booth. JP Plank, Kevin Kilpatrick here with you. And let's bring in Stanley Wilson down on the Lawrence County side, who was in the dugout after that disappointing loss there. Stanley, what was it like for the players, and what did the coaches tell them?
Well, disappointment is not the word. I mean, they are really heart crushed. Their hearts have been taken out of them. I mean, these guys did this same thing in Willingston. When you come in second place at Willingston, first time you've been in the World Series, that's all good. But they've already got a second place. They were trying to get that first place, and they're just really, really crushed right here.
Yeah, very disappointing loss, though, but a hard fought for Lawrence County. And the other side of the coin from California, Cam Mashburn, you were in their dugout, and jubilation. What was it like for them down there?
Oh, man, they were just super fired up the whole game after they tied it up, obviously. But, man, they were very supportive when somebody made a mistake. But after that last at bat, you could just kind of feel it. It was about to happen, and they just erupted in total chaos, I guess is the best word for it. But you feel sorry for these Lawrence County kids. They, man, what a great game. You play this game again 5 out of 10 times, you're going to have a different winner.
I agree. It was a very, very close call. And, Kevin, as you've seen the California team quite a bit, they had some big wins, 21-3 over Giles County, a couple of 16-0 wins. That close game they lost to Texas, and then the Pennsylvania game. And Lawrence County had a couple of big wins. They probably had the easiest road just looking at the scores. So we expected this, and I tell you, we were treated to a fantastic baseball game here tonight, despite who won the game.
You're not kidding, and California really settled down after giving up the 2 runs early on to Lawrence County, and Max Sterner came in the game, and I'll tell you what, for saves of the game, you may want to give it to Max Sterner.
All right, we will get back to our awards presentation. Once again, Paul Platt.
First, we want to honor tonight, if we could, our third-place teams, and there are 2. The West End team from Pennsylvania and Sarasota, Florida. If we could, from Sarasota, Camry Banks, number 22.
Wait, slow down. Let them award them the trophy.
Award them the trophy, please, for the 2 teams, and then we'll make individual awards for the third-place teams.
All right, go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Camry Banks, Hayes Bush.
Camry Banks, number 22. Hayes Bush, number 13 from Sarasota. The Southeast Regional champs. Chase Doyle, number 15, from Sarasota.
Yeah, okay. It'll be about an hour and a half before I get on the street.
Christian Gardner, number 24, from Sarasota. Sebastian Hassett, number 33, from Sarasota. Tommy Hubbard, number 9, from Sarasota. Ben McCabe, number 88, from Sarasota. David McCarty, number 8, from Sarasota. Dalton Plattner, number 10, from Sarasota. Will Riesenberger, number 4, from Sarasota. Nick Saranzik, number 31, from Sarasota. Seth Shore is number 5, from Sarasota. Robert Vasallo, number 21, from Sarasota. Stephen Wilmer, number 25, from Sarasota. The manager is Rob Millian. Coaches Dave Millian and Adam Chrisman. The team ambassadors are Kara Old, J.C. Peppers, Caroline Counts, and the bat boy is Luke Maddox. Ladies and gentlemen, a wonderful group of young men from Sarasota, Florida, the Southeast Regional Champions. Alan Betts will now award Sarasota the third place trophy. Congratulations, Sarasota, Florida. Outstanding tournament, outstanding ball club.
So Sarasota, the third place trophy at the Babe Ruth World Series.
Also finishing in third place from Williamsport, West End, Pennsylvania, the Mid-Atlantic Regional Champions. Young men, Tanner Esposito, number 6 from West End. Eric Holtz is number 8 from West End. Ryan Jolin is number 13 from West End. Caleb Joy, number 2 from West End. Owen Keiss, number 15 from West End. Keys, Owen Keys. Brandon Lohner is number 4 from West End. Number 29 is Tyler Mankey from West End. Number 3 is Chase McNulty. Number 42 is Sam Newton. Nolan Ott wears number 30. Cameron Pardue is number 21. Pardo is number 21. Kobe Shemp, number 28. Ethan Stryker wears number 27. Hunter Webb, number 7. Isaac Snyder, number 22. The manager wearing 00 is George Lepley, Esquire. And the coach is Tori Shemp and David Cipriano. Team ambassadors are Elizabeth Sockwell, Sarah Kate Shelton, Anna Burris, and the bat boy is Connor Pope. And host president Big Al Betts will now award the third place trophy to Williamsport, West End, Pennsylvania, the Mid-Atlantic Regional Champions.
Now the second place team trophy. Lawrence, the host team.
The second place team trophy will be presented to the Lawrence County team by Roger Giles, president of the Tennessee Babe Ruth, is the Tennessee State Commissioner of Babe Ruth Baseball. From the host team, Lawrenceburg, Tennessee's national runner-ups in the World Series, number 18 is Drew Bailey. Bailey Burleson wears number 12. Austin Clanton is number 11. Sam Crane, number 5. Number 88, Kendall Franklin. Number 7, Jacob Hallmark. Number 9 is Coulter Hauser. Number 6 is Bradley Huckabee. Number 22 is Christopher Jackson. Number 10, Jacob James. Number 23, Jacob Laws. Number 4 is Lance Pope. Number 1 is Luke Shannon. Number 43 is Ben Staggs. And number 25, the most valuable player for Lawrenceburg tonight, Ryan Weathers. The manager is David Weathers. Coach is Josh Purcell and Michael Crane. Team ambassadors are Lauren Holly, Ellie Brown, and Annabelle Cruz. The Bat Boys are Cutler Pope and Weston Brewer. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't imagine a group of young men who could better exemplify what we in Lawrence County believe in. How about it for these guys?
So the runner-up trophy going to the host team from Lawrence County, Tennessee.
And the team trophy will be presented by the host president, Al Betts, who's assisted by Spike Huckabee and Ed Kuntz and Roger Giles.
So for the second time in 3 years, this group.
Ladies and gentlemen, the runner-ups to the world champions.
This group are runners-up at the Babe Ruth World Series. Did so 2 years ago in Williston, North Dakota as 13-year-olds. Then to the team from California, El Segundo, California. And tonight to the team from Westchester, California, outside of Los Angeles. So they'll take their team picture. And coming up, we'll have the trophy presentation for the world champions from Westchester. Once these photos are completed. Nice round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, after you've seen this game tonight, wow, that's all I can say is wow. Let me introduce to you the Babe Ruth World Series champions for 2015 from Pacific Southwest region, Westchester, California. Individually, please, number 20, Carlos Flores. Trophies presented by Spike Huckabee and by Tim Kuntz. Number 24, Joseph Fortin. Number 20, Fabian Galvin. Number 25 is Glenn Gardner. Number 5 is Ryan Gervais. Number 2 is Michael Gonzalez. Number 8 is Mason Goodman. Number 3 is Kennedy Gillian. 21 is Nate Lawrence. 30 is Hunter Lynch. 7 is Adrian Morales. 19 is Garrett Spacuzza. 44, Maxwell Sterner. 15 is Mateo Camano. The manager is Daniel Helms. Coach is John Lapato and Alex Galaviz. The team ambassadors are Allie Kate Kidd, Ella Rowling, Kinsey Atkins, and the bat boy is Andrew Kidd. Ladies and gentlemen, your World Series champions from Westchester, California. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Tim Kuntz, who is a member of the Babe Ruth International Board and has been with us and honored us with his presence all week long, will present to the team from Westchester, California, the championship flag. Tim Kuntz.
So the flag being unfurled, and they will get a picture behind that banner that simply says champions for 2015. As you get a look if you're watching on Exports TV, and well deserved. And still to come, we've got
proud group and a proud picture.
We've got our World Series team, our defensive team, and more. So plenty of more presentation to come. What a happy bunch of kids. Well deserved.
Finally, ladies and gentlemen, guys, stay where you are. Spike Hupka, who is our tournament director and a member of Babe Ruth International Board from uptown in Nolensville, is going to present the championship team trophy to the team from Westchester. Spike has been with us all week. He's been a tremendous inspiration for us. He's guided us through. He and Tim Kuntz have shown us the care and consideration that Babe Ruth Baseball has for the local host, and we appreciate it.
So a reminder, the All-World Series team,
Ladies
all defensive
and
team
gentlemen, the
coming
Rawlings Love
up.
Company has a great relationship with Babe Ruth Baseball, and Rawlings presents the All-World Series team. Presentation will be made by Roger Giles. So, Roger, the All-World Series team at catcher, Bradley Huckabee from Lawrenceburg. At first base, Chase Doyle from Sarasota, Florida. At second base, Sam Crane from Lawrenceburg. At shortstop, Adrian Morales from Westchester, California. At third base, Joe Fortin from Westchester, California. At utility infielder, Nolan Ott from West End, Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Yeah. In the outfield from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, Ben Staggs. In the outfield from Westchester, California, Michael Gonzalez. In the outfield from Westchester, California, Max Sterner.
Isaiah Mestre.
From Massachusetts, Isaiah Mestre. And from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, Ryan Weathers.
So the All World Series team announced. Again.
Mike Huckman now will award Spike's All Defensive Team, Spike and Tim together. Spike's Trophies sponsors this in Nashville, and we appreciate that. From Massachusetts, Brett Murphy. Catcher. At first base from Pennsylvania, Ethan Stryker. At second base from Pennsylvania, Caleb Joy. At shortstop from Texas, Blake Perry. At third base from Lawrence County, Drew Bailey. The utility infielder on the all-defensive team is Chandler Eibach from North Dakota.
Outfield, Wilman, Solanzak, Lauren, Arizmendi.
In the outfield on the all-defensive team, from Florida, Stephen Wilmer. From Florida, Nick Saranzak. And from Westchester, California, Nate Lawrence. The pitcher on the all-defensive team from Texas, Andrew Arizmendi.
Okay, who's the most outstanding? All right, we're going to go with the batting champion award with the highest average.
All right, so the all defensive team, Spike's team, if you will. And we've still got the batting champion to be announced and the World Series MVP still to come.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're very proud of these young men, all of them. And I know those of you who are host parents are proud of them. It's going to be hard to say goodbye to them early in the morning. Babe Ruth traditionally awards an award for sportsmanship. This year, the sportsmanship trophy actually goes to an entire team, a team which has exemplified itself, if possible, even above all the others. A team that everybody has spoken of positively. Youngsters from Glacier, Montana, you are the winners collectively of the Sportsmanship Award Trophy presented by Mr. Alan Betts, the host president. Congratulations.
All right, so the Sportsmanship Award goes to Glacier, Montana. And they're getting their picture made. So still some more presentations to be made. And I believe we're going to be hearing from Alan Betts coming up in just a moment.
Congratulations. You all can tell your mamas and daddies that there's a bunch of mamas and daddies down here in Tennessee just as proud of you as they are. Congratulations to you. The Batting Champion Award and the Most Outstanding Player. The Batting Champion Award will be presented by Tim Kuntz. The batting champion with a batting average of .684 with 13 hits, 5 doubles, and 11 RBIs is Joe Fortin from California.
Joe Fortin, the batting champ, no surprise, as he was Mr. Clutch throughout the World Series, including game-tying 7th inning last night, and the same here tonight as he holds that bat proudly. From Westchester, California, Joe Fortin, the batting champ. You might hear his name again.
The Most Valuable Player Award will be presented by Spike Huckba.
He might just want to stay
The
out
most
there.
valuable player in this year's 2015 15-year-old Babe Ruth World Series is a young man who had a tying base hit in the bottom of the 7th in the semifinal, and a winning base hit in the bottom of the 9th in the semifinal, and a winning base hit in the bottom of the 8th in the championship game. Joe Fortin from California.
And you just heard the accolades. It is remarkable what this young man has done. Number 24 from Westchester, California, Joe Fortin, your 2015 Babe Ruth World Series most valuable player. And without question, well deserved.
Heck of a tournament from that young
Stanley
man right
Wilson,
there.
if you'll get the microphone out to Spike and Big Al, we need to hear, please, from Spike Huckba. If you would, Spike. Folks, I introduced him as Skip the other night, and we've all grown to love him as Skippy during this week, but his name's really Spike. So, Spike Huckba, thank you so much for all you've done to make this a success. Speak to us.
Thank you. On behalf of Babe Ruth League International, I want to thank the city of Lawrenceburg and Lawrence County for putting on a tremendous World Series. Thank you. I want some special thanks to Alan Betts and his committees that organized all these events. To Doug Howe, the ground crew, we couldn't have done without you. Thank you. For the host families, you made this a very special, event for all the players. We thank you. Thanks everybody for a great World Series.
Finally, our host president. You know, it takes hundreds of people to make things like this work, but you got to have a leader. And we've been blessed in Lawrenceburg to have a gentleman who has loved baseball back when his own son played, and even past that, he's coached. He's done everything Babe Ruth has to offer. And about a year and a half ago, he decided, along with some others, that this is something we could do. And he set out to do it. And he got the people together to do it. And Big Al, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Ladies and Spike must have broke the mic. Is this one working?
You're on.
Am I on now?
That one.
Now?
Yeah,
there we go. Little levity there, ladies and gentlemen. I want you all to give all these kids a big round of applause. What a championship game. Extra innings, you all got free baseball. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for all the support that you've given the World Series and the banquet. I want to especially thank the host families, and you need to put a big crown in your, a big star in your crown, because you all are the last Babe Ruth World Series that's going to get to do a host family. And give yourself another big round of applause for that. I'm pretty much a Facebook novice, but I sure did see lots of kids having lots of fun with lots of folks in Lawrence County this past week, getting exposed to some things. I believe there was some frog gigging going on and that sort of thing. And, you know, I promise you that you all have made lifelong friendships this week, that you'll keep up with these guys. And Joe Fortin, I want to know if you need an agent, big man. What a great tournament. Congratulations to you. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had lots of adversity this week with the weather. If the weather had cooperated, I promise you that this would have been the greatest World Series that Babe Ruth ever put on. And even with the weather, I believe it was. I want to thank my committee. They made me look awfully, awfully good. They worked a whole lot harder than I did, I promise you. And between the whole committee, it was awesome. And I appreciate the opportunity to lead this group and to put on this World Series. And I can't wait for the next one. Congratulations, everybody.
All right, so your host president.
A safe trip home. Stop by the Mac Brown booth, get you a photograph or order you one. Stop by.
All right, so there you go. So final thoughts there from Alan Betts, our host president for the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. A fantastic show and a great trophy presentation. All right, we're going to take a 2-minute break. When we return, we will have some final thoughts, some post-game particulars, and we'll recap our all-World Series team, all-defensive team, the Spike Trophy, and as well as our Sportsmanship Award and the MVP. We'll run down all of that and more when we return to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Might even get a live interview. And actually, if Stanley and Cam, if you guys will work, grab somebody, and when we come back, we will hopefully get an interview as well. So stay with us, everybody, as our coverage from the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series continues on the X-Sports Radio Network and X-Sports TV. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
And welcome back to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series postgame show. Let's go down to the field. Cam Mashburn amongst the World Series champions from Westchester, California. Cam, take it away.
Yeah, I'm down here with the California team. I got the legend here. His nickname's Ledge, and it's for the legend. But I've also got the coach here, the manager, Mr. Helms. Congratulations, Coach. What about this game?
Thank you. These kids never gave up. They battled. The guy Ryan Weathers on Lawrenceburg pitched a heck of a ball game, and hats off to him. He had us off balance pretty good for those first 7 innings, and thank goodness our boys didn't give up. They learned how to be clutch these last few games, and when it counted, they came through and they got the job done.
Yeah, and so you got an early morning in the morning. What time are you leaving Lawrenceburg?
Unfortunately, I got to be at the church at 4 a.m. for a 4:30 bus ride. So it looks like we're going to be doing a lot of celebrating, a whole lot, not too much sleeping.
Yeah, well, that was the coach, Daniel Hams. Congratulations again, Coach. I was looking for Mr. Fortin, but he's in the midst of getting his pictures taken, so we'll try to get him a little later.
All right, we'll go over to Stanley Wilson. Stanley?
Hang on. I've got he's in a conference with his players right now, and I'll have him in just a moment.
Okay, all right. We'll come back to you in just a few moments. We'll come back up here to the booth. JP playing Kevin Kilpatrick. As Kevin, we've talked about it having the 2 best teams. I think they showed that for certain tonight. Just some outstanding baseball played tonight, some great defensive plays, clutch hitting. It was everything you could have asked for. On top of that, 5,800 people showed up tonight for this baseball game.
And they were disappointed. The home crowd was disappointed in the Lawrenceburg and Lawrence County loss, but not disappointed in the quality of baseball that we saw. It was a clean game. Only, I think it was 2 errors for Lawrence County and 1 error for California. And just a clean baseball game, good pitching, timely hitting, and this is exactly what you want to see. You can see an incredible future for these kids, not only as individuals, but you can see that some of these are going to go on to play college ball, and some might even go beyond that.
Yeah, without question. All right, let's get to some of our post-game particulars while we wait for more post-game comments. Our Casino Real play of the game brought to you by Casino Real, the home of authentic Mexican tastes. Kevin, your thoughts on play of the game tonight?
Oh, I'm going to have to go with the walk-off hit from Morales. I mean, that's going to be my pick right there. I mean, you win in the bottom of the 8th inning on a single from Adrian Morales, and that's going to be my call right there.
All right, and we've also got our U-Save Car and Truck Rental Save of the Game, brought to you by U-Save Car and Truck Rental, where you always have a choice. U-Save Car and Truck Rental, the official rental car company of the Export Trader Network. We'll get to that in a moment and go down to Stanley, who's standing by with David Weathers. Coach?
All right, Coach. Talk about the 3-year run and how proud you are of these guys right here.
Man, I tell you, I don't think you could ever put into words what these kids mean to us. It's like I just told them. I said, guys, for the rest of your lives, when you get married, I want a wedding invitation. When you have a kid, I want to come see your babies. I said, once you play for me, man, you're my kid for life. And it hadn't set in, but I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss coaching a lot of these kids, and there's only about 5 of them that I'll ever coach again. And it's been unreal to think that we could go and get 2 runner-up finishes and go to another World Series from the amount of kids that we got to pull from. Just says a lot about how talented they are. And probably if they didn't have bad coaching tonight, we'd have probably won the whole thing. But the ball bounces sometimes your way and sometimes it doesn't, and I really felt like we had it, and we just didn't pull it off.
Well, I just want to say from the community to you and Josh and Michael, both, all of you, congratulations on a great run, and thank you for your time that you have volunteered to this team.
Well, and thank you guys. I mean, man, I've had so many people say that the best coverage they've ever had in a tournament. So we appreciate you guys supporting us and getting us on the air, and all that the X has done for us. And, man, we just sorry we disappointed everybody, but I can promise you no one's more disappointed than we are.
All right, that's David Weathers. Thank you, sir. Back up to you guys.
All right, thank you, Stanley, and kind words from David Weathers. But we echo what Stanley said about how much these coaches, David Weathers, Michael Crane, Josh Purcell, the same coaches with this group, not only 13s, 14s, and 15s, but they've been with these guys a lot longer than that. So they've really grown up, and you truly do get that family feel around those guys from the local team. Without question. So as we do our save of the game, brought to you by U-Save Car and Truck Rental, Kevin, thoughts on maybe save of the game, maybe a play or defensive play or maybe some pitching, a strikeout that caught your mind?
My thoughts go to Max Sterner, the pitcher for Westchester, California, because the starter, Carlos Flores, gave it up 2 runs to Lawrence County, and then Sterner is brought in the game. He's on limited innings, and they maximize him in the game, and he shuts down Lawrence County and keeps them off the board for any more runs, enabling this California team to get back in this thing and win it.
All right, so and finally our first volunteer player of the game, brought to you by First Volunteer Bank, and I can handle this one. Joe Fortin, who was the MVP, the batting champ, just a phenomenal player, is definitely easier player of the game tonight.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. And, he won the MVP of the tournament, and he deserved it. He got the game-tying run in the semifinals. He got the game-winning run in the bottom of the 9th inning in the semifinal game, and he tied it up in the bottom of the 7th in the championship game. The man is Mr. Clutch.
Yeah, without question. All right, speaking of Joe, we're going to go down to Cam Mashburn, who has Joe Fortin on the field. Cam?
Yeah, we've got the MVP of the tournament, Mr. Joe Fortin. Joe, how are you going to get all this luggage home without checking an extra bag?
I have no idea. We'll figure that out at the airport.
And, Joe, what are your thoughts on this World Series as a whole? Obviously, tonight was a great night, but what is your thoughts overall on the whole tournament?
It was a great experience. Lawrenceburg has been nothing but nice and pleasant for us, and we're just glad to be out here and champions. Yeah.
That was Joe Fortin. Obviously, he's overcome a little bit of emotion. Good job, Joe, and this entire California team. Send it back up to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Cam. So congratulations again to Joe Fortin, as he is our MVP and player of the game. All right, let's take one final timeout. We'll come back, get final thoughts from everybody, and we'll wrap things up. Our coverage of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series live on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Once again, California, your champions 3-2 over Lawrence County. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You got to come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name: Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit clawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
And we're back at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Your final score, California 3, Lawrence County, Tennessee 2 in 8 innings. JP playing Kevin Kilpatrick up here in the booth. But let's go down to the field and get final thoughts from our guys in the dugouts all night long and have seen the ebb and flow of this fantastic baseball game. Cam Mashburn, we'll start with you. And final social media, some Twitter before your final thoughts. Anything that stuck out to you there, Cam?
Well, yeah. I mean, we had a lot of fans from California, but there was a lot of Lawrence County fans that are native Lawrence Counties listening all over the country on vacation and whatnot, sending out pictures and stuff. So get on our Twitter feed at X Sports Radio. But more than anything, it was just after the game, it was outpouring of just support for these kids, saying, look what you've done. Look how many people you brought to the park tonight. And I think that's the biggest thing is, is what they've done for this whole county. That's kind of my final thoughts. This is twice now that they've excited this county and brought them together. And look at this tournament. Look how many people put this thing on and how many people come in and donated time. And everybody has been up here at night, some nights to 1 a.m. working for free. And it's all for these kids. Yes, we're tired, but I wouldn't trade this experience for anything. And I hope that someday I can look back on the games that me and Kevin did, and at this game in particular, and let my son watch this. I haven't seen him enough, and there was a 2-week void in his life, and he'll get to watch the DVDs of that.
Yeah, he'll get to see you for sure, whether he likes it or not. So, Stanley, your thoughts?
Well, what a great tournament. What a great performance by the fans here. That's what I got to say. I mean, these guys came out and they cheered for their team, and then after the game was over, everybody was, of course, was disappointed, and there was the California people, the small section over there cheering for their team. And this has been a great, great experience for everybody that's been involved in this. Yeah, we are tired. We've had the rain all week. We've had adversity. But I think about Monday, I said, something good is going to happen in this tournament. And we saw it tonight. A championship game that went to extra innings. Come on, give me a break. That is a great, great game right there to win the World Series, the championship. So what a great performance by Lawrenceburg and Lawrence County and all these kids that are here. I was talking to the Pittsfield, Massachusetts coach. He said, I got 8 kids here. They're ready to pack up and move down here and roll over at Lawrence County High School right now. So they don't want to go back home. They want to continue this experience.
We'll take them. We'll take them. And before we let you guys go, a moment that stood out to you that you'll take away from this Babe Ruth World Series. Cam, we'll start with you.
Well, I mean, off the field, I'll start there, is the host families. They have grown so close to these kids. I mean, they were going to school and visiting some of the smaller kids. I mean, that's the biggest thing. It's just that it's really been a close-knit family with all these teams. You hate to see anyone leave, but on the field, I got, the 2 finalists, I believe would have been whoever won the game would have got MVP was Ryan Weathers and Joe Fortin. I mean, those 2 kids are going to be future major leaguers. There's no question in my mind. We saw it first here, and someday we can look back and see these 2 kids. But Joe Fortin is a clutch hitter. I mean, that's all there is to it.
Yeah, without question, Stanley.
Well, when it came down to the elimination, I mean, look at the games that we had right there. 1-run games, extra inning games. We only had, I think, 1 blowout, and that's when we beat Sarasota. Rule. But I mean, what great matchups right there when it came down to the elimination part of it. And I'll remember seeing some of these people out in town coming up to me and go, man, this is great. I didn't know there's still nice people in the world. And they were ready to move here. I'm telling you, just like I told you about the Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Just seeing them out in the community and saying thank you for hosting us, and thank you for showing us a good time, and thank you for showing us that there is some good folks still out here in this world. And so congratulations to Lawrence County again.
Yeah, definitely, without question. All right, guys, we thank you so much for being down on the field. Yeoman's work this week, and we will talk to you on X Sports Live, or maybe some football coverage tomorrow night. So Kevin Kilpatrick, JP Plant back up here in the booth, and before we say our final goodbyes, want to run back over, Kevin, our all-defensive team. We'll start there. Brett Murphy from Massachusetts, Ethan Stryker from Pennsylvania, Caleb Joy also from Pennsylvania. We've got Blake Perry from Texas, Drew Bailey at third from Lawrenceburg. We've also got utility infitter Chandler Eibach from North Dakota, Stephen Wilmer, Nick Saranzak, and Nate Lorenz, your outfielders, and the pitcher, all-defensive team, and getting the Spike Trophy Award as a member of that team, Andrew Arizmendi from Texas, who was not your typical first baseman. He played that, but he also pitched and was just an exceptional fielding position, as were all of those players. And then Kevin Kilpatrick, our all-World Series team, will start at catcher, Huckabee from Lawrenceburg. Also, Chase Doyle from Florida at first base. You've got Sam Crane from Lawrenceburg at second. Third shortstop was Adrian Morales. And I don't think he made an error all tournament, Kevin. It was incredible. And it's short. You're getting a lot of run over there.
You're getting most of the action of any of the fielders at shortstop position. And to go throughout this entire tournament without an error is phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. And Mr. Clutch, Mr. Joe Fortin, hey, he can also field in addition to swing the lumber there. He was a third base all-tournament team. Utility infielder Nolan Ott from Pennsylvania, the lone home run in this World Series tournament. And then also Ben Staggs in the outfield, Michael Gonzalez, also Max Sterner made the All-World Series team. And your two pitchers from Massachusetts who pitched a no-hitter on the opening night, Isaiah Mestry from Pittsfield, Massachusetts, and then Ryan Weathers, you saw tonight, who did a fantastic job throughout the tournament. Our MVP, as we mentioned, was Joe Fortin from Westchester, California, and then the Sportsmanship Award went to the entire team, Kevin, of Glacier, Montana.
That's nice. Everybody was talking about that team. I didn't get the opportunity to interact with them, but, all the kids out here were well-behaved. They had fun, but they were respectful of everybody around them. But I did hear, more than once about how polite and nice this Montana team was, and they accepted getting eliminated out of this tournament with grace and dignity.
Yeah, without question, as did everyone involved. We've heard so much from the host family and talking with people in the community, just how much fun and how well-mannered everybody has been. It just has truly been a great experience for everyone. And sad to see the hosting scenario go by the wayside, but I'm hearing some rumblings that it's not a clear-cut. There may be a chance that in the future that they may bring that back. Just a hunch that we've got. So, final thoughts from you in terms of what you're taking away from this World Series, memorable moments for you, Kevin.
Some of the things I'm going to remember is how good these kids are at playing baseball. When I was 15 years old, I was okay. I made an all-star team about that age. I didn't make a traveling all-star team. I didn't, we didn't even think about making it to state. Much like we didn't win our district. I made it on the city team, and we went to district, and we got eliminated, and that was it, and that was my experience. But these kids are good. When you got to the elimination rounds, you did see the cream had risen to the top. Clean defense, timely hitting, great pitching, and that's one of the things that really impressed me the most. Another thing I'm going to take from this tournament, JP, is how well this community came together to put this thing together, and especially with the rain conditions that we had. I didn't think there was any chance a couple of those days we're going to play at all. But I get out here and I see people with shop vacs in the outfield.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sucking up water with shop vacs. They got the blowers blowing the grass dry. And it was just a monumental effort to get these fields ready for playing during all the rain that we had this week. That's probably the other thing I'm going to take from this tournament.
Oh, yeah, without question. And Doug Howell, the head of the grounds and facilities, and his crew, every day they were out here all day. And, he when Stanley interviewed him during the game, in case you missed it, he also referred to the local fire department would show up and help when there was rain. The police department. I mean, every volunteer effort, and also city work. I mean, it was a total community countywide effort just to get the conditions ready to play baseball, and we're able to get all this in. And it culminated in a perfect weather tonight. We got some extra stands. We packed this place with 5,800 people in a town that has a population of just over 10,000. So it's quite remarkable the type of support this whole county and region, for that matter, has showed for this 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. So to Alan Betts, who joined us also here earlier in the broadcast, thanks to him as the host president and the entire host committee and the hundreds of volunteers. If you've been here all week, you've seen those orange shirts. Well, those are all volunteers, and there's a lot of orange shirts out there as well. So also, while we wrap up, I want to say special thanks to our crew here. I'm going to run through these names and let you folks back home on the radio and watching on Exports TV just hear the people that have put just some many hours of hard work into this thing. And they'll tell you they're not getting paid a whole lot to do this. But we want to thank our camera operators all week, Ricky Nelson, Bethany Nelson, also Nick Moore, Dustin Maggard, Ben Methvin, A.J. McCroskey, and Darian McCroskey, have been your camera operators all week, and then our directors who have just worked tirelessly, not only running the games, but also in setup, running fiber cable, setting up the cameras, getting the shots, all of that. Kyle Johnson and Ricky Lee Nelson deserve an award for the effort and the work that they put in. So congratulations to them. They're the ones that made all this happen, let me tell you, along with all the help that they've been getting as well. And then, of course, partners in the booth, Cam and you and Kevin, or Kevin, you and Cam through over in Tom Cruise Field throughout the week, and Stanley up here with me. It has been true fun. Of course, we've all been hanging out on Exports Live and our talk show, and it's been a lot of fun. But these are certainly memories that we'll all take throughout the World Series. And then special thanks to our board operators, because we also simulcast on radio. Zach Wright and Paula Walker have been back at the station every night over the last 10 days, making sure that we get radio and streaming audio back to those that want to listen locally, but also all over the country. So special thanks to them as well. All right, that's going to about wrap it up here for us at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. We appreciate you tuning in to our coverage of the Babe Ruth World Series live from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, and where California is your champion. 3-2 winners tonight over Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in 8 innings. It has been my pleasure to be the executive producer of this outfit. Operations manager was Ben Luna. Our director tonight, Mr. Ricky Lee Nelson. Studio engineer was Paula Walker. For Stanley Wilson, for Cam Ashburn, for Kevin Kilpatrick, and for all of those who have helped us out tonight, I'm J.P. Plant saying good night from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. It has been our true pleasure to present this to you, and we hope to see you down the road. Until then, so long, everybody.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.